Mail shop at Ralph Avenue and Avenue J in Brooklyn. Open 7 days a week. That's Ralph Avenue at Avenue J, or phone 241-9595 for directions. Now, Yankee baseball.
The WINS news team will be standing by throughout the game.
If something happens that you need to know, we'll tell you about it. And when the game is over, 1010 WINS will bring you up to date on what the rest of the world was doing.
This is where you'll hear it. Hear it on 1010. New York wins. Here come the Yankees. Let's get behind the chiller. Yankees. They're gonna learn to feel it. Yankees. Everyone knows they play to win. 'Cause they're from New York. Yankees.
Good evening, everybody. This is Frank Messer on the New York Yankee pregame show, sponsored by Abraham and Strauss, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York, and Lufthansa Airlines. Tonight, we're speaking to you from Yankee Stadium just before game number 4 of the 1978 American League Championship Series, the Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. The Yankees lead the series 2-1. A Yankee win tonight, and it's all over. On to the World Series. A Kansas City win, we play tomorrow night. The Yankees go with their best. Ron Guidry, a 25-game winner. The Royals go with their best. Dennis Leonard, a 21-game winner. My guest on the Yankee pregame show tonight is Yankee captain and catcher Thurman Munson. I think you'll enjoy this program. We'll be back with Thurman in just 1 minute.
A message to businessmen from the Red Baron.
Businessmen are very demanding of the airline they fly, but I don't mind, because I am very demanding of the airline I run. I want Lufthansa to be the #1 airline of the international business traveler. So I have more flights to Germany than anybody else, and hundreds of flights a week from Germany to 40 major European cities. I can take you to 115 cities on all continents. If you check with me in advance, I'll arrange to have your mail delivered to any of my offices worldwide. I'll help you to find a translator in Kuwait or a hotel room in Warsaw. I'll even tell you where to go for a hamburger in Frankfurt. You'll find I have many more special services, and I only hope they'll be as profitable to you as you are to me.
Fly with the Baron. He understands the businessman.
Thurman Munson, I know you've talked probably enough to enough people about the home run yesterday. Talk about it once more. A tape-measure job, one of the hardest balls I ever saw hit to win the ball game for the Yankees.
Well, it was, he got behind me. He threw me a slider in the dirt, or a fastball in the dirt, then a slider, and got behind me 2-0. And he threw me a fastball that was in. I really don't know how I hit it. I haven't exactly had a lot of power this year, and I've had some problems. And I don't know. Somebody was up there helping me swing the bat, I think. And I just had in my mind, if you get a fastball, try to make it be up and try to, hit the ball solid. And he got the ball up. I drove the ball left center, and ball must have been carrying yesterday. I don't know.
The ball was carrying well yesterday, but Thurman, that ball was hit. That ball would have carried no matter what day. But Thurman Munson, baseball is not all home runs. It's not all peaks. There are the valleys. There are the strikeouts. There are the double plays, the winning runs left at second and third base. Did things even up in your mind at the end of the year?
I don't know if they ever even up at the end of the year. I'm sure over the course of a career they do. This year, actually, I've had about 165 games of downs. I, haven't played as well as I could. I haven't felt well this season, and, things haven't gone well, except for the club had a great finish, and, Nettles and Reggie and Chambliss and Mickey, really carried us in the second half here, and Guidry and the guys, and, we're here, and if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't have a chance to hit that ball last night, but it just feels good to help, and when you know you can do something, and you don't do it all year, it gets frustrating.
Thurman Munson, I'm going to say this. You mentioned a lot of people there. You said if it wasn't for those guys, you wouldn't have hit the home run yesterday. If it wasn't for you, those guys might not be playing. Because, like I said, it's not all home runs. There's the day-to-day job, going out, catching the ball, leading the pitcher, the young pitchers, the Ron Guidrys, the Jim Beatties, the Kenny Clays, the guys who are just coming up in baseball. That's part of the game a lot of folks don't realize.
Well, and it's something that, when you have a guy like Graig Nettles goes out there and plays every day in Chambliss, and, whether they're hurt, no matter, and like you say, they're going 0 for 4, their temperament stays the same, they want to win they go out and battle. And I guess I'm one of those guys. I like to play. There's no sense going out there 5 days a week and sitting down 2. I like the best statistics that I can get for myself. If you have to win a ball game, I think a player always wants to try to, depend on himself and try to help. And it's really one reason why we are here, because we have a lot of guys who think like that. And we still don't feel, just like we said in 1976, we still don't feel that we have any superstars in this ball club. We just have a lot of players who want to go home after the season is over, but they just won't let themselves quit, and they don't want to lose.
My guest on the Yankee pregame show, Thurman Munson. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
The Yankees and the Royals are at it again. And for one team, it will be off to the World Series. We at Abraham and Strauss hope it's the Yankees. If you're one of the lucky ones going to the ballpark, let us remind you that it's fall, and the leaves are changing, and so should your wardrobe. And sitting in the stands can get a little nippy. Before you go out, come into the cold weather shop of the men's store at A&S. We've got what you need for the fall and the winter. You'll be warm in flannel, corduroy, wool, and wool blend shirts by Pendleton and Woolrich, or velours with V-necks, crew-necks, and banded collars. And what would a cold weather shop be without sweaters? A&S also has sportswear to run around in and wear up in or stay warm in, made by Jockey Man in Motion. At A&S, you'll find all these things, plus rugged goose-down vests, classic wool jackets, and much more. So before you head out to the ballpark or out to any place, come in and warm yourself at the cold weather shop of the men's store at Abraham and Strauss.
Thurman Munson, a moment ago, used the word superstar, a word that very possibly is overused, very possibly misused. If there is a superstar, what is a superstar? Not names, but just what makes one ball player better than another.
Frank, I don't even know. You see all of these people on television, all the new shows, all the new people coming up, they're all superstars. So I'd hate to see what some of the old guys, some of the old actors, some of the old ball players would have been called if, some of the newer people are superstars already. Super is just a term that everybody started using. It was kind of a cute cliche, hey, this guy's super. I guess it just rubbed off, and, you just have ball players, who had greatness written about them, or it could be a great ball player, and all of a sudden everybody's super. And I don't really, know what a superstar is. To me, a superstar is a guy like Nettles who goes out every day. He plays. He doesn't say anything to anybody. He's had his problems also here, with, management or with whatever, and all through it, he just went out and played every day. I don't know. You can depend on the guy. He's a great defensive player, and he has a willingness to win. And to me, stats, they don't, they're not synonymous with superstars to me. Most of the guys in the game feel the same way. They know who the players are, who that you want to depend on. And it seems like every time a guy has a good year, he's a superstar. And I don't buy it.
Thurman Munson, the frustrations of this year, the frustrations of last year, but still a championship last year. A win tonight, another American League championship. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Guidry may go out and pitch a no-hitter. He may get knocked out in the first inning. That's a thing about baseball that nobody knows. But what about the future, Thurman? What about the future of this Yankee ball club, the future of Thurman Munson?
Well, we're not getting any younger. We've got some guys, Pinella, Nettles, Roy White, myself, Sparky, we've got some guys who are getting up there in age a little bit. We are fighters, we like to play the game of baseball. I don't know. I can only tell you that right now that, Thurman Munson probably will be back next year in a Yankee uniform. I hope a lot healthier. I would really be looking forward to playing another position sometimes, as I did this year, instead of catching, 6 or 7 days a week. And there's been a lot of rumors about me going here and me going there and all this other kind of stuff. I'm really not going anywhere unless I go home, so I don't have to worry about it.
When it comes to rumors about a Thurman Munson going here, there, or somewhere else, Thurman Munson has to get his okay before he goes here, there, or somewhere else.
Yes, that's what I told the press yesterday. They said, what about these rumors? Do they mean anything to you? I said, hey, if there are any rumors, I said, I'll hear about them first, because they can't trade me unless I say they can. And let's face it, New York's really the only place to play ball. unless you have a reason for playing somewhere else. My only reason for wanting to go to Cleveland is to live at home. As far as being traded to anyone else, as far as them trading me for Pittsburgh, for Parker, or out west for Ryan and some of those guys out there, there's no way. I just won't go, because if I can't play ball in New York, or if I can't play ball at home in Cleveland, I don't want to play anywhere.
My guest, Thurman Munson. I'll be back in just 1 minute.
You've heard about group health insurance plans that cover doctor and hospital costs after you get sick. Now Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York offers a group plan that's even better. It's called the Community Health Plan, and it's better because it also pays for preventive medicine, those doctor visits and periodic checkups that can help you and your family stay well. But that's just the beginning. Under the Community Health Plan, you'll be able to get quick medical attention any hour of the day or night if an emergency arises. Also, you'll get to choose your own doctor from teams of specialists associated with 2 of the metropolitan area's leading hospitals. But maybe best of all, the Community Health Plan takes care of all your health care needs at one convenient location near your home. Ask your employer if you're eligible to sign up for the Community Health Plan offered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York. Or to get more information, write to Wins Radio, 90 Park Avenue, New York 10016. That's Community Health Plan, care of Wins Radio, 90 Park Avenue, New York 10016.
This is Frank Messer. This could be our last pregame show. If the Yankees win it, it's all over for the 1978 championship season and on to the World Series. If the Kansas City Royals win, I'll be back tomorrow night. An editorial word from me. I think in the preceding 5 minutes or so on this broadcast, you, our listeners, have learned what makes a superstar. He was my guest. The pregame show is sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York, Abraham and Strauss, and Lufthansa Airlines. I'm Frank Messer, and now stay tuned for New York Yankee baseball.
Ray's Rapid Rust Proofing Testimonial, take 1. You know what to say.
Yeah, you bet. Listen, I can sing, too, if you need it. Oh, bury me now.
That's okay. Roll 'em.
Oh, tell me, sir, what's the first name that comes to mind when you think of quality rust protection?
Z-Bart.
Cut. No, it's Ray's Rapid Rust Proofing. I told you what to say.
Mind if I try it again? I ain't never done this before.
No kidding. Okay, take 2.
Sir, how would you rate the service at Ray's?
Well, when Ray Z-Barted my car...
Cut. You can't get Z-Bart positive protection at Ray's.
Well, that's not what Ray said.
Listen, you get Z-Bart at Z-Bart, nowhere else.
Well, let me take another crack at it. You know my wife, she is really counting on.
Okay, let me make it simple for you.
Sir, would you return to Ray's Rapid Rust Proofing?
I sure as heck would. You know, I've been back 8 or 9 times now just trying to get the slop off these tops.
Cut. Fred, call Z-Bart, see if they'd like to buy some great film.
Like for me to sing now?
Yankee, let's get behind the chiller. Yankee, they're gonna learn to feel it. Yankee, everyone knows they play to win. 'Cause they're from New York.
New York Yankee baseball is sponsored by the Bowery Savings Bank, Budweiser Beer, Champion Spark Plugs, Yoo-Hoo Beverages, HFC, and by Rickle Home Improvement Centers, Getty Oil, Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Franks, and the New York Yankees. The stage is set, the actors are ready, the drama is about to begin. Tonight, in this cool autumn evening, the New York Yankees will attempt to handle another obstacle in their quest of a second consecutive World Championship. Hello again, everybody. I'm Fran Healy, along with Phil Rizzuto, Frank Messer, and Bill White, bringing you the play-by-play as the New York Yankees take on the Kansas City Royals, those tough Kansas City Royals, in the 4th game of the best-of-5 series. The pitchers for tonight's ball games: it'll be the left-hander for the New York Yankees, Ron Guidry, and for the Kansas City Royals, it will be Dennis Leonard. And I'll be back with the starting lineups right after this.
Say, what's another name for action, Bill?
Oh, that's easy, Frank. Yoo-hoo.
Right, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink.
And Yoo-hoo keeps your action up.
And it's got a super chocolate taste, rich chocolatey chocolate.
Great frosty refreshment.
Best of all, Yoo-Hoo's made with nourishing low-fat milk. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-Hoo adds milk.
And that's what makes Yoo-hoo better.
Like Yogi says, if you like chocolate, you're gonna love Yoo-Hoo.
Try Yoo-hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Yoo-Hoo, the action drink for action people.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
To kids, the end of summer means going back to school. To parents, it means back-to-school expenses. Well, a loan from Household Finance could help. For things like new school clothes or tuition, come on into HFC. We'd like to help make school days a little easier. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
Hand-picked geese from Europe's great preserves are flown in daily. The October beers have been tapped. The Victor Herbert strings are delicately tuned. The Oompa Band's lederhosen are in place. It's time for the annual Oktoberfest at Luchow's, New York's 96-year-old dining landmark. The great Luchow's dining halls are filled nightly with sounds of feasting and merriment, the tinkling of beer steins, and the joyous sounds of music of the gentle strings and lusty Oompa Band. In addition to the classic Oktoberfest dishes, the full traditional Luchow's menu is available. Choose a 7-course dinner at only $9.95 or drop in after theater for our lingonberry pancake. Luchow's has 3 opulent private rooms. Plan an Oktoberfest party at Luchow's and perhaps you'll hear the echoes of Diamond Jim Brady whispering sweet nothings to Lillian Russell. Call Mr. Paul at 477-4860 for reservations. That's 477-4860. Luchow's, a way of life for 96 years, is located at 110 East 14th Street, and there's free valet parking at dinner. The American Express card is honored along with all major credit cards. Okay, the lineups for tonight's ballgame, the 4th game of the American League Championship Series. For the Kansas City Royals, leading off at third base will be George Brett. On the year, George Brett hit .294. He hit 3 home runs yesterday in an unbelievable offensive output. Hal McRae will be the second hitter, and he'll be the designated hitter tonight. Amos Otis will play center field and bat third. Al Collins will be in the 4th slot, and he'll play right field. Darrell Porter will do the catching and bat 5th. John Wathan will play first base and bat 6th. In the 7th slot, the second baseman, Frank White. Batting 8th, the shortstop, Freddie Patek. And in the 9th slot in left field, from the Garden State, Willie Wilson. And the pitcher for tonight's ballgame, the right-hander for the Kansas City Royals, Dennis Leonard. Leonard 21-17 on the year. And now we'll pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
53 degrees and clear in New York at 8:31, WINS New York.
Okay, for the New York Yankees, leading off in center field will be Mickey Rivers. Roy White will bat second and play left field. Batting third, doing the catching, will be Thurman Munson. A designated hitter tonight will be Reggie Jackson. He'll be in the 4th slot. Batting 5th will be Lou Piniella. He'll be in right field. Graig Nettles will bat 6th and play third base. Chris Chambliss will bat 7th and play first base. Brian Doyle will play second base and bat 8th. And at shortstop, batting 9th, will be Bucky Dent. The pitcher once again, the left-hander, the stopper for the New York Yankees, Ron Guidry, who's 25-3. And right now, the New York Yankees take the field, and we'll be right back after this.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road.
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ. And Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
Rickel has it all. Everything you need for your home or car at great savings. Right now, during the Rickel Fall Super Sale, you'll save 30% on each gallon of all-season windshield washer solvent. Regularly 99 cents per gallon, now just 69 cents per gallon. It's pre-mixed, ready to pour, and cleans ice, road film, and salt. It's just one of the many values you'll find at the Rickel Fall Super Sale. Stop in today, pick up your circular, and save. Guidry's first pitch to George Brett, a slider low and away. He swings and misses. And now here with the play-by-play, the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, Fran, we're all set for this big ball game. Brett, by the way, 3 home runs yesterday in 3 consecutive at-bats. And that slider is low, 1-1. Brett has not walked, nor has he struck out in this series. He's a free swinger. Open stance, Guidry winds. The pitch a little low, 2 balls and a strike. It'll be Brett, McRae, and Otis for the Royals. And their backs are against the wall. Guidry's pitch, high drive to deep right center. Way back, going back. Piniella leaps, can't get it. It's off the wall. Rivers up. His throw in. They might have a play at third, and not in time. A triple for Brett, who just missed his 4th home run in 2 games by inches. Piniella leaped high and hit high off the 385-foot sign. And Brett, who opened the ball game with a homer, almost duplicated that.
Yes, he did, Phil. That ball tailed back in at George Brett. That's a natural tail on a left-hander's fastball. Brett hit the ball very hard. Almost hit the ball over the fence once again. Piniella, a great effort out there in right center field. Well, it just goes to show us, Phil, and I played with him. He's a fine hitter. He can hit anybody.
Man, I tell you, that shocked the crowd to see a triple by the first batter. Now, the Yankees early in the game yesterday played their infield in. They are not playing the infield in now with McRae up, the designated hitter. And there's a foul back, strike 1. So Hal McRae in this series batting .200. Brett now 7 for 15 in the series. Time is called while McRae gets set in the box. Ron Guidry, feet together. Louisiana Lightning. Touch for a triple from the first batter in the ball game. On deck, Amos Otis. All right, Guidry winds. His pitch line, base hit up the middle. Holy cow, back-to-back bullet base hits. A triple and a single, and quickly. The Royals are on the scoreboard, and they lead in the ball game 1-0.
Phil, the thing that really helps the Royals out, they just try to put the bat on the ball. They're not a long ball hitting ball club, although they can hit the home run. Mostly a spray hitting ball club. They like to spray the ball around right field, center field, left field.
All right, Amos Otis, the batter. Otis batting .500 on the year in the playoffs, 5 for 10. A double and a run batted in. McRae at first base. Nobody out, and the Royals ahead 1-0. Guidry set. There goes McRae, and Munson drops the ball. A stolen base for McRae. And that'll probably be a pass ball. No, it won't be. Probably just a stolen base. Stolen base for Hal McRae. Can't give him a pass ball because you can't figure that he would have been thrown out had Munson caught the ball cleanly and thrown it, just like on a double play. And Otis runs up to bunt, takes the strike. It's 1-1. So the Royals is playing to get on the board here tonight, hoping that Dennis Leonard can pitch a low-hit, low-run game. They lead 1-0, and they're trying to get McRae in scoring position. Otis with a lot of speed. Right-hand batter. Now he asks for time, which he does quite often. Startling surprise to this ball game. Stretch by Guidry. And the pitch fouled in the upper deck, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Yankee fans now starting to applaud with Guidry having 2 strikes on the batter. Otis, as we told you, takes a lot of time getting ready. Guidry to the belt. The pitch, strike 3 call. So Guidry chalks up his first strikeout. That's the 5th time in this series that Otis has struck out. 1 man out. McRae at second. We're in the top of the 1st.
Phil, a quick reminder, this program is authorized by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and/or accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited.
All right, Fran, Al Cowens will be the batter. Cowens batting just 167, 2 for 12. Right-hand batter. McRae leading away, and Guidry's pitch swing and a foul tip held by Munson, strike one. On deck, Darrell Porter. Before a lot of the fans could be seated, the Royals are on the board, leading 1-0. Guidry checks McRae, has got a big lead, and the pitch popped up on the right side. Chambliss back in foul territory, now fair, and one hands it a fair ball. And there are 2 out, and Chambliss really stayed with that high twisting pop foul. Make that a fly because it came back in fair territory. 2 men out. That'll bring up the left-hand hitting catcher, Darrell Porter. Porter hitting .364 in the playoffs, 4 for 11, with 3 runs batted in. He has 1 extra base hit, that a double. Porter has not been struck out in this playoff yet. Guidry's pitch to Porter just outside, ball 1. On deck, John Wathan will be playing first base tonight. Guidry checks McRae, and the slider hangs high, 2-0. Royals and the Yankees really hooking some exciting baseball. The pitch high, ball 3. 3-0. So Guidry missed by plenty on the first 3 pitches to Porter. Now Ron leans forward, gets the sign. Got to be careful here. Can't groove one. And there's one outside, ball 4. He threw him the slider on 3-0, taking no chances. A lot easier to hit a home run in the right field seats, Fran, than the left field here at the stadium.
Yes, it is, Phil. And Guidry, of course, had this on his mind when he threw that slider to Porter. Porter, a good fastball hitter, and I'm sure would hit the hard slider because anything that's quick, Porter likes. The off-speed pitch will give him a problem.
All right, John Wathan up for the first time in the playoffs, a right-hand batter. McRae at second, Porter at first, 2 out. Royals leading 1-0. There goes McRae, and the ball is fouled. So Whitey Herzog going to a running game. After McRae singled, he stole second, and there he had both runners going with 2 out. And anytime you're running, Fran, it upsets everybody.
Yes, it does. And right there, I believe McRae was running on his own. McRae would be the first one to be unhappy if he was hitting and the man in scoring position got thrown out trying to steal third.
All right, the runners lead away again. Guidry kicks, and the pitch, swing and a foul. It's 0-2.
So this guy, John Wathan, has done a good job for the Kansas City Royals. He's a catcher by trade. He can play some first base and also some outfield.
All right. So Guidry gets the sign from Munson. The fans start the applause. And the pitch, fly ball hit to right field, going back. Piniella back on the warning track and makes the catch right in front of the fence. The ball is really carrying again tonight. So the Royals pick up a run on 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left. And in the middle of the first inning, the Royals won, and the Yankees coming to bat.
The following is an actual unsolicited testimonial from a Chemical Bank customer. We've changed his numbers, but not his comments.
Dear Chemical Bank, I'm number 954-6327, but I'm more than just a number. I'm a person, thanks to Mr. Pearson, the branch manager, and his staff.
We figured it's time you heard about the chemistry at Chemical from somebody besides us.
It's a pretty popular bank, but Mr. Pearson doesn't let me stand on line.
But good chemistry is more than just avoiding lines.
It's like a good marriage with me in the bank. bank. I know everybody there. They know me. They give me hands to shake and smiles, not computers and buttons to press.
While chemistry is important to good banking, some people are in it for the money, too.
Mr. Pearson gives me a lot of useful information about my money. He saved me a lot. You know, my son-in-law, the investment advisor, he gives me information, too, but I'd rather listen to Mr. Pearson. Hope my son-in-law isn't listening.
Thank you, 954-6327, for finding the chemistry just right at Chemical. Member FDIC.
Hey, how about a bacon that cooks up crisp and lean every time you put it in the skillet? Great bacon. Great special cut bacon by Colonial. Special cut from the best part of the bacon for leanness and great taste. That's how Colonial makes sure that every time you get special cut bacon, you'll be serving the kind of quality and hearty flavor families love bacon for. So Sunday morning or any morning, serve the bacon that's always great. Special cut bacon. Cut from where the bacon is best so it tastes best. Colonial makes it.
The umpires for tonight's ball game: behind the plate, Bill Kunkel. At first base, Davy Phillips. At second base, Terry Cooney. At third base, Lou DeMuro. In left field, down the left field line, Rich Garcia. And down the right field line, Ron Luciano. And a reminder, if the Yankees win the American League Championship this weekend, reserve bleacher seat tickets for the 1978 World Series in New York will go on sale through Ticketron's more than 100 outlets starting Monday morning at 10 a.m. The price is $5 per ticket plus service charge with a limit of 4 seats per game per customer. To find your nearest Ticketron location, call area code 212-977-9020. The 3 games in the American League City are scheduled for Friday night, October 13th at 8:30 p.m., Saturday, October 14th at 3:30 p.m., and Sunday, October 14th, October 15th at 4:30 p.m. I knew there was something wrong with the copy because they have 2 October 14th, Scooter.
Right, friend. Not your fault at all. You are very observing. Meanwhile, Mickey Rivers leading off against Dennis Leonard. And the pitch is low, ball 1. Mick been bothered with a bad leg, but in this playoff series, he's batting .556, 5 for 9. Leonard's next pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. In Leonard's first appearance out in Kansas City, he worked just 4 innings, gave up 9 hits and 3 runs. He was the losing pitcher. Brett way in at third base. Willie Wilson, prior to Summit, New Jersey, out in left field tonight. And that pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike.
And Phil, I was talking to Alex Webster, former coach of the New York Giant football team. He said the best rookie of the year in the National Football League plays for the Kansas City Royals. He'll be in left field tonight, Willie Wilson.
All right, they all wanted him. Inside to Mickey, 3-1. The Royals lead in this game, 1-0. Brett led off with a triple. McRae singled up the middle, and then Guidry shut the door. So the Yankees have to bounce back. It'll be Rivers, White, and Munson. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, and Rivers is on. So Mickey Rivers gets an unusual walk, opening the bottom of the first inning. The umpires quickly. Bill Kunkel behind the plate. Davy Phillips at first. Terry Cooney at second. Lou DeMuro at third. Down the left field line, Rich Garcia, and down the right field line, Ron Luciano. Roy White, the batter. Roy batting .333, 4 for 12. He has a double. Throw to first base, and Rivers is back. Fran, look, I'm so excited. You did the umpires. I never heard a word. I can't stand to be behind 1-0.
I know what you mean.
No matter what inning it is. Quick throw to first, Rivers back easily. Brett is on the edge of the grass, not quite as far in as he was against Rivers, but ready to bounce in. And the pitch to White, foul back, strike 1. Mickey bluffed as though he were going. He took 2 quick steps and stopped, and White swung at an outside fastball, fouled it back to the screen. And if he can hit that ball with any mustard on it, he'll drive it right past George Brett. So Dennis Leonard. Quick throw to first. Rivers is back. Leonard, a New York boy. Right-hander. Comes up slowly down to the belt. And Roy bunts foul. He had a perfect pitch to bunt. Looked like a slider or a curve. And just a little late, bunted it back to the screen.
Phil, when I used to catch Dennis Leonard with the man on first base, the only time he would throw to first base when he was coming into his set position. He would never set and throw to first base.
And that's what he's done so far tonight. We'll keep an eye on him. 0-2, the count on Roy White. Nobody out. Rivers at first. He comes down to the belt, and the pitch fouled back off the catcher, Darrell Porter. That hurt. He's walking around as plate umpire Bill Kunkel picks the ball up. Flips it to Porter. Looked like it might have got him on the throwing hand. But he's hanging in there. Catches are tough. Dumb but tough.
Oh, wait a minute, Scooter. Not all of us.
You've been saying that all year.
I was never a catcher.
I've been listening. All right, still 0-2 to Roy White. There's a throw to first base. Mickey back easily.
Boy, they have some big catchers, too, to be talking like, woo.
Said in jest. Quick throw to first, Mickey back. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. On deck, Thurman Munson. Leonard delivers to the plate. It's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch down in the dirt, scooped up by Darrell Porter. Willie Wilson not too deep in left field, and he can fly. Otis fairly deep in straightaway center. And Collins fairly deep in right field. Wathan holding the bag against Mickey Rivers. As Leonard gets ready, and his pitch low again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Roy White has always had an excellent eye at the plate. Most of the times he leads the Yankees in base on balls. This year, though, he has not played every day. And Willie Randolph leads the Yankees in that department. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leonard down to the belt. Fastball fouled back on the screen. White stays alive. Leonard gets a new baseball. Another packed house here at Yankee Stadium on a cool autumn evening. Quick throw to first, Mickey back. Leonard has thrown over there 5 times trying to get Mickey. None of them have been close. Remember, Mick does have a bad leg. 2-2 the count, the stretch. And the pitch, fly ball, left center field, but moving to his right, Otis calling for it. One hands it. Willie Wilson right alongside of him, and there's 1 away. Roy hit that ball well, a little too high.
And Phil, the ball's really going to have to be hammered into left center for a ball to fall, because Wilson can fly, and Otis also runs very well.
All right, here's a man who hit one that neither one could catch in yesterday's ball game, Thurman Munson. He drilled it into the Kansas City Royal bullpen over 430 feet from home plate. Munson in the series batting .286. 4 for 14, a double, a homer, and 2 runs batted in. Rivers still at first. The Royals in front, 1-0 in the bottom of the first. And the pitch to Thurman, base hit center field. Rivers stops at second base. And Mickey's leg has got to be hurting him. Normally he'd go to third easily, especially as deep as Otis is playing. Munson hit a bullet right back through the middle, and the batter, Reggie Jackson. Well, Jackson again having that great series, batting .600, 6 for 10, a double, 2 homers, and 6 runs batted in. And I believe that Reggie Jackson has broken some playoff records.
Yes, he did, Phil. He has the RBI record for one. He has 16 RBIs in the American League Championship Series. And he broke Tony Perez's old record. Perez, of course, with the Cincinnati Reds, had 15 RBIs. He is now hitting 7 straight postseason games. He's 14 for 24 with a .583 average.
All right, Reggie digging in at the plate. First and second, one out. Leonard sets. Pitch to Reggie. Foul, boy. He timed that breaking pitch. Good cut, but fouled it back in the upper deck out of play.
Jackson has reached base 15 of his last 19 trips to the plate in postseason play with 11 hits, 6 home runs, and 12 RBIs. Reggie now has 5 playoff home runs, American League Championship Series playoff home runs, tying the record.
All right, Leonard steps off the rubber. Now back on again. Looks in for the sign. Rivers leads off second. Munson off first. And the right-hander comes down, kicks. Fastball swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. Not getting cheating on his cuts. On deck, Lou Piniella. Royals won. The Yankees trying to tie it up or go ahead here in the bottom of the first. Leonard ready. And the ball gets away, and the runners will advance. Porter could not locate the ball. Leonard had to come in and pick it up. Porter looked around, started back to his left. The ball went to his right. And a wild pitch is charged to Dennis Leonard. A big break for the Yankees there. Advancing Rivers to third, Munson to second.
Phil, looked like that ball hit off Porter's knee guard and bounced away from him.
Not on a fly or on a bounce?
No, on the bounce. It was a wild pitch. It was a breaking ball, and the dirt bounced up and hit the shin guard.
All right, Rivers at third now. Munson at second. And Reggie Jackson's been a big RBI man for the Yankees in the playoffs and last year in the World Series. They're counting on him again. Here's the stretch. The 1-2 pitch, low, and a good play by Porter saved another wild pitch. He had to go on his knees to the right on a ball in the dirt. And the count is even at 2-2.
Phil, as hot as Jackson has been in postseason play, I'm a little bit surprised that the manager of the Kansas City Royals, Whitey Herzog, is pitching to him.
All right, that's a very good point. Let's see how his strategy works out. Leonard sets. The kick. The pitch struck him out. Big strikeout for Dennis Leonard and the Royals. And now there are 2 out in the batter, Lou Piniella. Piniella batting .286 is 4 for 14. Lou is looking for his first RBI of the playoffs and first extra base hit. The Yankees right now need just a single, though, to go up 2-1. They trail 1-0 in the bottom of the first, 2 men out, and runners at second and third. Leonard continues to pitch from the stretch position. It's low and outside, ball 1. On deck, Graig, Nettles. Leonard ready again. Fastball swing and a miss, 1-1.
Phil, when Leonard is on, he has great stuff. He has an overpowering fastball and a good curveball, throws a straight changeup.
Ball really moves, that's for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lou Piniella. Leonard sets again. High pop-up in shallow right field. Frank White, the second baseman, under it, makes the catch, and Leonard gets out of a tough jam with some fine pitching. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left. At the end of 1, the Royals won and the Yankees nothing.
When do you say Budweiser? Whenever it's time for the great game of baseball. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the ump tells the players to play ball. After a double play, a pitch hit that saves the day. Anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? That's the beer for any time. waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, when you say yay baseball, when you say Budweiser, you said it all. You said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis. Listen to that crowd, Phil, shouting for their hero, Reggie Jackson, the first man ever to hit 5 home runs in one series. He set 9 records last year, and why are you shaking your head?
Well, they're not shouting for Reggie Jackson. They're shouting for Reggie, the new candy hit.
Now, don't be absurd.
Well, that crowd is hungry, Frank, for chewy caramel, crunchy peanuts, chocolatey coating.
Quick, give me a bite of your Reggie.
No.
But all that shouting made me hungry, too.
No.
I'll scream, Reggie, Reggie. I'll outshout the crowd.
This is so embarrassing.
Top of the second inning here in Yankee Stadium. The score, the Royals 1, the Yankees nothing. Frank White, the second baseman, steps in to lead it off for the Royals against Ron Guidry. Phil?
All right, Fran, and Frank White is 1 for 10 on the series. Batting 100, takes a strike. He has not walked or struck out, and the Yankees are fortunate to be able to keep him off the bases. He can fly. Right-hand batter stands deep in the box, swings and misses, strike 2. So quickly, 0-2 on Frank White. On deck, Freddie Patek. Guidry winds. And the pitch bounces all the way back to the screen, so we'll pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
53 degrees and partly cloudy at 9:01. This is WINS New York.
All right, the 1-2 pitch. Bouncer to third. Nettles, tough hop, knocks it down, picks it up, have to go. They got him, yes, sir. Great reflexes by Graig Nettles on a tough hop. We told you White can fly. The ball took a bad hop and hit Graig right in the labuns.
The what?
That's the stomach of Italian.
Oh, ball bounced off Nettles. Nettles picks that ball up in a great play. Frank White. Very quick getting down to first base. Wow.
All right, Freddie Patek. Patek is 1 for 10. That one hit a 2-run homer. And he takes it down low, ball 1. So the Yankees have kept 2 of the fastest Royals off the base quite a bit in this series. Patek and White. The 1-0 pitch is right in there, 1-1. And on deck, Willie Wilson. And you talk about somebody who can fly. That man can fly. Guidry's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Patek has had a lot of different stances in his 10 years in the big leagues, but one he has never really tried, Fran, is choking up on that bat. The pitch, low, it's 2-2.
It's a good point, Phil, because I can remember when I was at the Royals, they tried to get Freddie to choke up on the bat. They tried him to bunt the ball more.
Yeah.
They also tried to get him to take a few more pitches.
You would think he would walk a lot more, but he stands straight up, even though he's just 5'4". The 2-2 pitch foul back to the screen. He holds the bat right down on the end.
Of course, he has that little tiny strike zone that you had.
Yeah, it's an advantage if you use it.
Are you taller than Freddie?
Yeah, I got him. I got him by a good inch.
He's only 4'11".
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat again, back to the screen. Count holds at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. The Royals 1, the Yankees nothing. Royals scoring in the very first inning. That man, George Brett, again, triple. High off the right center field fence. Scored on a single by McRae. Deep to center field. Mickey Rivers off. Deep, going back. Holy cow, what a catch! Over 400 feet away with his back to the infield. I didn't think he was going to get that, Fran. Holy cow.
Neither did I, Scooter. That ball was hit a long way by Freddie Patek. Freddie, although 5'4", a lot of power, drove the ball deep to center field. Mickey Rivers nursing a bad right hamstring, caught up with the ball with his back, turned to home plate, and made a magnificent catch in center field.
I tell you, that ball is really traveling tonight.
It's interesting. Yesterday after the ball game, Reggie Jackson and Thurman Munson talking about how well the ball traveled yesterday afternoon. They were surprised.
All right, here's Willie Wilson. Willie has been a bat once without a base hit and takes a slider over the outside corner. A switch hitter. This kid set all kinds of records at Summit High in football, baseball, basketball. He checks a high swing. It's 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. And we have had exciting baseball already, and this is just the top of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. By the way, if you did not hear, and I'm sure you have, the Dodgers beat the Phillies in 10 innings, 4-3. An error by Gary Maddox, the big play in that ball game. The 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. So the Dodgers will be in the World Series for their second year in a row under Tom Lasorda. Now the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Wilson knew it. He took it. Guidry's second strikeout. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of an inning and a half, Royals 1 and the Yankees nothing.
You and your '78 Plymouth Arrow.
Taking the high road.
It's a lot more than just fun.
Wherever we go, everyone knows it's me and my Arrow.
It's standard tinted glass, tilt wheel, and reclining buckets. It's a wide hatch and fold-down rear seat. And then, of course, it is fun.
Me and my Arrow.
It's not just a car you can handle. It's a gasoline bill you can handle, too. Because for '78, every Arrow features air injection in our new MCA jet system.
Me and my Arrow.
And while your mileage may differ, an Arrow with our standard 1600cc engine and manual transmission is EPA rated at 39 highway, 29 city. The '78 Arrow. Miles and miles of hearts.
Rickle has it all at their Big Fall Super Sale. Everything you need for your home or car at terrific savings. You'll now save 18% on each quart of Quaker State 10W30 Super Blend Motor Oil. Pay just 59 cents per quart of this quality oil with special anti-rust, anti-corrosion, and detergent properties. Limit on this value is 6 quarts per customer, so hurry into the Rickle Fall Super Sale. Pick up your circular and save. Okay, Graig Nettles steps in for the Yankees. It's the bottom of the second inning. The score, the Royals 1, the Yankees nothing. Graig Nettles was presented with the 1978 Butterfinger Award as the Yankees' outstanding defensive player. The award has been presented since 1975 by Standard Brands. Phil?
All right, Fran, well-deserved award. For the Golden Glove, Nettles batting .250 in the playoffs, 3 for 12, a triple and an RBI. Dennis Leonard's pitch down low, ball 1. It'll be Nettles, Chambliss, and Doyle here in the bottom of the second. The Royals out in front, 1-0. Brett playing wide of third for the left-hand hitting Nettles. And a bouncer foul outside of first base. 1-1 on Graig. Very unusual to see Nettles wearing a golf glove in the coldest of weather. He usually bats without a golf glove.
Did you ever use a golf glove?
No.
No?
We didn't have him in my day. I would have if somebody had thought of it. The 1-1 pitch. High drive to deep right center. Way back. This ball is tied up. The ball game is tied up. Graig Nettles hits one over the right center field fence. And it's the Royals 1 and the Yankees 1. And I tell you, Nettles didn't get all of that baseball, Fran Healy.
He got the ball up in the air. The ball carried over the right center field wall. And, of course, tonight the ball is carrying very well. Dennis Leonard threw Nettles a high fastball, and Nettles got underneath that ball for a home run to tie the ball game up here at Yankee Stadium. What a piece.
A Getty Garner for Graig Nettles. And look at the Kansas City Royals in the field. They all got their hands on their hips. They look like they're shell-shocked, and the game's only tied at 1. All right. A lot of streamers thrown out on the field. So we're getting a little bit of a delay here while the ground crew and the umpires go out to pick them up. So the Royals scored in the first on a triple and a single, and Nettles homered. Chris Chambliss steps in. These Yankee fans will not quiet down. Chris, batting .500, fouls the first pitch off the screen, strike 1. Chambliss 6 for 12. He has no extra base hits, but he has 2 runs batted in. Nettles picks up his first home run of the playoffs. On deck, Brian Doyle. Nobody out, nobody on. All tied 1-1 in the bottom of the second. And that's low, 1-1. Leonard winds, and his pitch line foul in the seats down the right side. A ball and 2 strikes. A balloon blowing around over Patek's head. The 1-2 pitch. He struck out. He could not check his swing on a bad pitch. Leonard picks up his second strikeout of the ball game. 1 away. And that'll bring up Brian Doyle. Brian 2 for 5 in the playoffs and got his first RBI of the year out in Kansas City. 1 man out, and on deck, Bucky Dent. The pitch to Doyle, foul, back upstairs, out of play. Brian, a tough man, a strikeout, doesn't swing hard, and that curve is over strike 2, 0-2. Wilson very shallow in left field. And strike 3 called. He took a strike on the outside corner. Doyle does not believe it. Strikeout number 3 for Leonard, and the batter Bucky Dent. Bucky batting .250, 3 for 12. Though he has no extra base hits, he does have 4 runs batted in. 2 out, nobody on, all tied 1-1. Each team with 2 base hits. Neither team has made an error. And the pitch to Bucky, foul upstairs, out of play. Leonard winds again, and the pitch outside, 1-1. Mickey Rivers on deck. Cowan's now very shallow in right field, and Wilson a little deeper in left on Dent. And a broken bat, fly ball that Patek grabs one-handed. Looked for a moment like it might go over his head. 1 run on the homer by Nettles, nobody left. At the end of 2, the Royals won and the Yankees won.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Specs, makers of fine athletic shoes for basketball, tennis, jogging, or just hanging around New York. Specs stay light on your feet even when the going gets heavy. They're flexible to keep up with all your moves and durable to outlast your competition. And you can find Specs athletic shoes at over 600 fine stores in and around New York City. No matter what your game is, there's a Specs shoe to get you to the top and keep you there. Too long, a Firestone sale. This super hasn't happened in 3 years. George Brett, number 5, the Kansas City Royals third baseman, will lead it off here. It's the top of the 3rd inning at Yankee Stadium. The score, the Royals won, the Yankees won. The Royals with 2 hits, the Yankees with 2 hits. Phil?
All right, Brett triple high off the right center field wall his first time up. And Guidry's pitch is high, ball 1. Brett has scored the Kansas City run. Ron's next pitch outside, 2-0. And looks like they're being very, very careful with Mr. Brett, who now has the most base hits of any Royals, 7. And a bouncing ball to second, right at Doyle. Bryant up with it. Over to first, one away. And I tell you, they're cheering now whenever they get Brett out.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
It's 53 degrees and partly cloudy at 9:15. These are the top stories. A lone gunman kills himself after holding 9 people hostage at a West Side dress shop. Talks between the Times, Daily News, and striking pressman recess until Monday. Michigan Congressman Charles Diggs guilty of charges stemming from an alleged payroll kickback scheme. This is WINS, New York.
Al McRae is fouled back in the upper deck and out of play. On the right side, strike one. McRae hit a bullet right past Guidry. Guidry down near knocked it down with his quick reflexes. But it went out to center field for a base hit. That drove in Brett. Pitch to McRae, low, bounces off the chest protector of Thurman Munson, 1-1. Sure you've all read the paper about Thurman Munson and all his aches and pains, stitches. But he keeps rolling along like Old Man River. Swing and a miss at a slider down and in. He didn't have a chance to hit that except with a 9-iron. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guidry has 2 strikeouts in the ball game. He winds. And the pitch, strike 3, knocked down by Munson. Picks it up, throws to first. Another strikeout. That play goes 2-3. But it's strikeout number 3 for Guidry. 2 out, nobody on. And Amos Otis, who struck out his first time up the batter.
And Phil Guidry starting to throw that hard slider low in the strike zone, especially to the right-handers. That's the pitch. Many times you'll see that hitter start out and try to check his swing, but it's usually too late.
All right, now Munson talking with Guidry as he gets a new ball from the plate umpire, Bill Kunkel. And we'll have a little time as Guidry walks back. All right, now Ron is ready to pitch to Otis. And it's down low, ball 1. 1-1 ball game in the top of the 3rd. Royals trying to stay alive and the Yankees hoping to win it and end it right here. So they have a couple of days off. The 1-0 pitch, low off Munson's glove, back to the wall. 2-0. On deck, Al Collins. Guidry behind on the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Otis right down the end of the bat. Fastball bounced to third. Nettles got it. Long throw in plenty of time. And the 2nd inning in a row, this side is retired in order. At the end of 2.5, the Royals won and the Yankees won.
Here's the throw. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Who'd ever thought that a singer named Meatloaf would make an ex-shortstop named Rizzuto a rock and roll star? Well, it came as no surprise to the listeners of WNEW-FM. Long before the rest of the world caught up with Meatloaf's act, he was being served up regularly at 102.7. Whether it's Meatloaf trying to score, Paul Simon singing about a pitcher dropping dead in a night game, or heaven forbid, Earth Opera singing that the Red Sox are winning, baseball and rock and roll have always gone together on WNEW-FM. That's because rock music and baseball are both a vital part of the fabric of American life. And what the Yankees are to baseball, WNEW-FM is to rock and roll. The Sultan of Rock, the world champion of the airwaves. WNEW-FM, the big 102.7. Catch our number once, and you will wind up a fan forever.
Have you ever wondered where champions like Paul Blair and Phil Rizzuto get their shop for their sport and dress clothing? Well, discover Martin Brothers, the leader in fashion for many young men and boys. Sail in through Monday, Columbus Day, and find 3-piece suits priced at $44.90, European-style trench coats now $29.90. In fashion jean, just $9.90. All this plus free, fast, expert alterations. Martin Brothers, Onyx Pants, Fordham Road. Getty State Pants, South Broadway, Yonkers. Karsten, Broad Street, Elizabeth. And Fox's Fashions, Broadway, Bayonne. Martin Brothers, style for champions, price to score. Okay.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute now. What's right is right. FCC checking in. I do not get my clothes at Martin Brothers.
It said Paul Blair Martin Brothers.
Yeah, all right.
Now Mickey Rivers steps in to face Dennis Leonard. Bottom of the third to score. Tied Royals and Yankees 1 apiece.
Mickey Rivers, ground ball at second base. White right there and throws Rivers out easily, 1 away. Mickey had walked his first time up. That'll bring up Roy White, who fly to center.
Some of our guests on a pregame show received handsome watch from the Citizen Watch Company, one of the world's largest watch manufacturers. Citizen watches are known for superior accuracy, exceptional styling, and durability.
All right, Roy White ready to face Dennis Leonard, and Leonard's first pitch is outside, ball 1. Royals 1 and the Yankees 1 in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. On deck, Thurman Munson. Yankees scored on a homer by Nettles. Lined, and what a play by Frank White. He throws and gets him. Ranging far to his left, grabbed a hot one-hopper and turned all the way around and threw a strike to Wathan for the out. Fine play by White. White robs White. 2 out, and now Thurman Munson, who's single to center his first time up. White got a break, Frank White that is, that the ball came up after it hit the ground. Did not skid and stay down, or it'd have been by him. Pitch to Thurman, low and away, ball 1. Each team with 2 base hits. Royals with a triple and a single to score their run. The Yankees with a single and a home run. Swing and a miss. Good breaking pitch. It's 1-1. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Leonard delivers a high bounce to third. Brett fires to first in time. The Yankees go down in order, and now after 3 full innings, the Royals 1 and the Yankees 1.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. Welcome home. So just say, Bud. Say, Bud.
Yeah, Budweiser. Absolutely the best way to call it a day. Any day. You know what I mean. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hello, Rusty Jones.
Hey, how are you?
Goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Hi, I'm Rusty Jones. What? Rusty Jones Rust Proof. You know, I can save your car from rust. You can? Sure, because I'm more than just rust proofing. I'm the one option you can buy for your car that actually appreciates in value. How's that? I'll stick with your new car, protecting it from rust for as long as you own it. And everybody knows a rust-free car is worth more at trade-in time. You really stick with my car? Day and night, winter and summer. No vacation? Not even a coffee break. No gimmicks? Nope, I just want your car to stay rust-free, so you can say,
Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Look for car dealers that offer Rusty Jones Rust Proofing. It's a sure sign they care. Well, Al Cowan steps in to lead it off in the top of the 4th inning for the Kansas City Royals. The score here at Yankee Stadium, all tied. The Royals won, the Yankees won. The Royals with 2 hits, the Yankees with 2 hits. Porter will follow Collins, and then it'll be John Wathan. And now here with the play-by-play, Mr. Frank Messer.
Thank you very much, Fran Healy, and good evening, everybody, wherever you might be listening to Yankee baseball. Collins, right-hand hitter,
Swings and foul tips one. Strike one. Cowens popped up to Chambliss at first base. Back in the first inning. Cowens is now 2 for 13 in this series with a run batted in. Bounces this one left side. Dent comes in for it. Throws on to first base and throws him out. Darrell Porter. Left-hand hitter. Guidry walked him on 4 pitches in the first inning. Porter in the series is 4 for 11 with 3 runs batted in. Left-hand batter. The walk to Porter, the only one given up by Guidry. The Yankee left-hander has struck out 3 men. Since walking Porter, he has retired 8 men in a row. 2 on long fly balls. Bouncer foul, skips over the Yankee dugout back in the box seats. Scores tied 1-1. Royals scored in the first inning. First 2 batters got the run in. Porter tries to check his swing and goes around. It's strike 2. Guidry took a lot off that pitch. Had Porter way out in front. He tried to stop the swing and couldn't. No balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander's next pitch. Line, 1 hop to Chambliss. Knocks it down. Scrambles after it. Throws. He's way safe. Sharp shot toward Chambliss. Low line drive. Came up in a short hop. He knocked it down. Had to chase the ball down the right field line. Threw back to Guidry covering. Not nearly in time. A base hit. That'll bring on John Wathan. That is the 3rd hit of the game for Kansas City. Wathan, right-hand batter. Wathan fly deep to right field his first time at bat. Takes on the inside corner, strike 1. George Brett led off the ball game with a triple off the wall in right center field and came in to score on a single by Hal McRae. The Yankees tied it on a Graig Nettles homer. This pitch is low and the count evens 1-1. Brett's triple off the right center field fence under Pinella's glove. Lou went for it, went up in the air. The ball hit under his glove off the wall. Now the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Went too far, says the first base umpire, Dave Phillips, on the appeal.
Frank, when the hitter starts to swing at a guy like Ron Guidry, it's always difficult to stop because Guidry throws the ball so hard. You have to generate great bat speed, and when you get that good bat speed, it's tough to check your swing.
All right, Fran. And his 1-2 pitch. Broken bat pop-up on the right side. Doyle is under it and makes the catch.
And Frank, right now, John Wathan, I'm sure, a little bit embarrassed, as most hitters would be. Ron Guidry sawed that bat off with a hard fastball. Ball ran in on John Wathan. Of course, the ball had hurt a great deal.
All right, there are 2 outs. A runner at first and Frank White, the batter. White had a smash to Nettles his first time up. Graig knocked it down and threw him out. Fouls this one back. White is now 1 for 11 in the series with 2 runs batted in.
And Frank, although Darrell Porter does not run well, very important for Ron Guidry to give him a look because most of the Kansas City Royals, at least when I was there, ran on their own.
They've done well stealing bases on the Yankees in this series. This one is foul back in the upper deck. Strike 2. We'll pause now 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
It's 53 degrees at 9:29. Partly cloudy skies. This is WINS New York.
About the only department in which the Royals have outplayed the Yankees in this series has been in stolen bases. In overall base running, they have not done well. But in stealing, they have done well. This pitch is high. White lays off, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another sellout crowd here at Yankee Stadium tonight. 1-2 pitch. Hit through the right side. Base hit. Let's see if Porter tries to go to third. He's on his way. Pinella's up. There's the throw. Cut off by Bucky Dent, and there are runners on the corners. Looked like that pitch, Fran, might have been a bit high out of the strike zone, and Frank White went with it and drilled the ball into right field.
Yes, he did, Frank. The ball just hung out over the plate. White slapped the ball to right field. When White first came to the big leagues, liked to pull the ball. Had trouble with the ball from the middle of the plate out. That ball there was in the outside part of the plate, and White hit the ball where it was pitched.
Well, the Royals have an opportunity to take the lead. Patek, the batter. Freddie flied deep to center field. Rivers really had to gallop after it back in the second inning. Patek has had one hit in 11 at-bats, and that was a two-run homer of Dick Tidrow in Kansas City. Guidry set and pitch. Foul down the right line and back in the crowd.
Frank, on that ball right there, Guidry threw the ball inside. Patek in and out of the bat. What he did was he brought the bat in towards his body and then fought the ball the other way. Fought the ball out to right field.
Patek has always had good bat control. He will swing at some very bad pitches on occasion and does not walk that often. The 0-1 deal. Inside.
Patek likes to swing at that fastball up around his eyes, and of course a very difficult pitch to hit. You have to Tommy-hawk that ball, but a guy like Guidry, almost impossible to hit that pitch good.
Count is squared, 1-1. Runners first and third, 2 outs. The pitch on the way, and he swings and foul tips it for strike 2.
Come on.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Score is tied, 1-1 here in the fourth. Guidry has struck out 3. He has walked 1, and the fans want strikeout number 4. There's the stretch by the left-hander, and the pitch. Foul down the right side. It'll drift back in the crowd. Doyle gives it a long run from second base, but no chance. They had Frank White running on that 1-2 pitch. White, as he goes back to first base, looked long and hard at third base coach Chuck Hiller. Now he's double checking with his first base coach Steve Boras. Guidry is ready to work again. A 1-2 to Patek. Struck him out. Swing and a miss to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits to Munner left. And at the end of 3.5, it's the Yankees 1, the Royals 1.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
It's the same old story. You went shopping and now you've got some big bills to clear up. Well, with an HFC bill payer loan, you could consolidate those bills and make one monthly payment that may be less than the total payments you're making now. The bill payer loan, a solution to an old story. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
Some celebrities are the talk of the town, but there's one celebrity that will make the talk at your table. Celebrity Sliced Polish Ham. Celebrity's the most talked about ham, famed for its superbly lean quality and succulent flavor. The ham that has won more honors for honest-to-goodness quality than any other. Look for the name Celebrity on the package. Go home with a celebrity from your supermarket and grab the family spotlight. Celebrity Sliced Polish Ham, it's got to be something special. What's for dinner on a chilly fall night? ShopRite has the answer at the deli place. It's a taste-tempting celebrity ham, so easy to prepare. So delicious, served hot or cold. Just right for a super cool weather meal. A meal for your whole family will enjoy. So visit ShopRite's deli place today and pick up a package of celebrity ham. Celebrated for goodness and value. You'll find lots of other good things, too, at the ShopRite's deli place. Okay, Reggie Jackson, who struck out his first time up tonight, will step in to face Dennis Leonard. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is tied 1 apiece. The Royals and the Yankees. Jackson will be followed by Piniella and then Nettles. Frank?
All right, Leonard had a very shaky first inning, just as he did out in Kansas City when he went on to lose the opening game of this series. But he got Jackson in that first. The pitch to him is swung on and missed by Reggie. Strike one. A walk to Rivers. Then after White flied, Munson singled. And Leonard tried to overpitch, threw a wild pitch, but he struck out Jackson and got Pennant on a pop-up. That was in the first inning. He comes outside for a ball, 1-1. Nettles led off the second with a home run to right center. But since then, he has not allowed a ball off the infield. He's retired the last 6 men in a row, striking out 2. Next pitch, fouled out of play on the left side by Reggie. A ball and 2 strikes. Bill White was commenting, Fran Healy, over on television with me a little while ago, that many observers feel that Jackson, if he would hit to left field, hit the ball where it's pitched, could hit 300 or better every year, but he would give up all of his power.
Well, Frank, Reggie Jackson does hit the ball left field quite a bit. In fact, he hits the ball more often to left field than most power hitters will hit the ball to the opposite field.
This one hits his bat on a check swing and slices foul.
In fact, I think when he gets into a problem or a rut as a hitter, what happens is they establish inside on him. What they do is they throw inside. They make him aware of that pitch, so he tries to overcompensate. He opens up too soon and does not handle the ball inside or the ball out over the plate.
Okay, Fran, good analysis. 1 ball, 2 strikes on him. Time is called for the moment as Jackson has stepped away. Plus, a lot of folks feel that Rod Carew, great hitter for the Minnesota Twins, could probably hit 30 to 40 home runs a year, but he'd give up all of his average. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. That's not what you thought I was going to say, Fran. What were you going to...
No, that's an interesting point. There's a possibility, of course, the ballpark would have to be similar to Yankee Stadium with the short porch, and I'm sure Carew would try to go for the long ball. Of course, I'm sure he would hurt himself, and I don't know if his home run output would be that great.
Jackson swings and misses, and he is out there swinging on a high pitch. It all boils down to this, that some players are power hitters, some are hitters for the higher average.
Right, and Frank, you mentioned the guy Rod Carew. Now, he has that in and out swing. What happens is he will bring the hands in towards his body and then fight that ball off, but he can also pull the ball.
People that talk about Carew hitting home runs figure enough pitchers will make enough mistakes. If he just goes out there and cranks up on every swing, he'll hit him. Lou Piniella swings and fouls one back. But he would also miss a lot of them, and therefore he would be hitting down probably 100 points or more lower than he normally does.
Right, and getting back to Jackson, I'm sure that when he's hitting the ball well, what he does is he keeps that right shoulder in a little bit longer and waits on the pitch.
Piniella swings and misses as Leonard burns one by him. Dennis Leonard has settled down after the home run by Graig Nettles. Perhaps they talked to him in the dugout, or perhaps he just talked to himself. The 0-2 deal. Foul back. Got him in on the hands. Leonard is a better pitcher than we saw in Kansas City. If he were not, he would not have won 20 games last year and another 21 this year.
Good point, Frank. He is a good pitcher, has superb stuff.
His 0-2 delivery struck him out. Piniella swings and misses on the slider. 5 strikeouts. And now Leonard has retired 8 in a row. The last man to get a base hit is the man batting right now, Graig Nettles, who tied the game with a homer leading off the second inning. It was Graig's 3rd home run in championship series play. He swings and he misses, strike one. Graig had a pair of home runs against the Royals in 1976. A lot of folks don't remember that Graig Nettles did appear with the Minnesota Twins in a championship series years ago and batted 1,000. 0-1 pitch, call, strike. He came to bat once and had a base hit. Then 2 home runs in 76. 1 this year. The 0-2 pitch will be coming from Leonard. Here it is, and it's fouled back in the upper deck.
Frank, that fastball right there just took off last second. Nettles started out, the ball jumped, and he was lucky just to slap that ball foul.
Leonard has gotten much tougher since the first inning. His 0-2 delivery in the dirt, blocked by Porter. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Frank, it seems Leonard might be having a problem getting the breaking ball over. And, of course, when you have to rely on that one pitch, which would be his good fastball, you can have problems. Nobody can get by in the major leagues with just a fastball. But he has a great breaking ball. If he gets it over, he's tough.
He'll work the 1-2 pitch to Nettles. Here it comes. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side in order. At the end of 4, it's the Yankees 1, the Royals 1.
Gotta bail and haul some hay.
Gotta share a ride today.
Gotta drop the children off. But first I gotta stop at golf.
People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making us stop along the way. And go, the stuff that keeps America going.
We give people some pretty solid reasons to stop and go. Like gasolines that are adjusted for better performance in your part of the country. And a motor oil so good, it exceeds the recommendations of all U.S. car makers. And when it comes to stations, Gulf gives you a choice of traditional full service or the convenience and savings of our new self-serve stations. Some of our stations even offer a choice of both. Got somewhere to go? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop and go.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known.
You can trust a Delco.
Hey, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom Battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco.
You're welcome.
They've got the stuff when the starting's tough.
You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
Willie Wilson, the left fielder with the Kansas City Royals, steps in. He'll be the leadoff hitter in the top of the 5th inning here at Yankee Stadium. The score still tied, 1 apiece, the Royals and the Yankees. Wilson will be followed by the top of the order, the hot George Brett and Hal McRae. Frank?
All right, Fran Healy. Wilson, the first pitch to him. Foul back off Munson. Strike 1. Wilson took a 3rd strike to end the 2nd inning. If Willie Wilson ever learns to hit and can get on base regularly, he will be a terror stealing bases. He bluffs a butt, takes a fastball. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. You cannot steal first base, so Wilson is going to have some work on his hitting. 0-2 deal. Hit back up the middle. That's a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. So Wilson is on with a leadoff single, and this could be a tough inning right now for the Royals. They've got their speedster and number 9 hitter on base with the top of the order coming up.
And Frank, if Wilson is a good hitter from one side of the plate, would have to be from the right side. He's a natural right-handed hitter. He just switched 2 years ago, and I'm sure he feels more comfortable from the right side.
George Brett steps in. Brett tripled off the right center field wall in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd. Wilson down at 1st and draws a throw and steps back. Wilson, tall, rangy, outstanding speed. Draws another throw, and again he gets back. Guidry eyes the side. And Wilson goes. Ground ball is hit to Doyle. No play at 2nd. Throw to 1st base, and Brett is out. Wilson running with the pitch. Makes it easily into 2nd base.
Frank, as quick as Wilson is, I'm surprised the Royals did not give him a pitch to steal the base. Right there, he got a pretty good jump, and he really does not need a good jump because he can literally outrun the baseball.
That's it. He does it on sheer power. He does not know how to run the bases, really. He has not learned how yet. He has not learned how to hit. Maybe forced a little too early.
Good point.
Hal McRae now with Wilson at 2nd. 1 out. The pitch to Hal, low for a ball. McRae drove in Brett with the run in the 1st inning. He struck out in the 3rd. Guidry checks over the left shoulder. There goes Wilson for third. The pitch is taken low. Throw to third base. He's out. Munson throws him out at third. Wilson heads toward the dugout, and third base coach Chuck Hiller will argue the call with Lou DeMuro, the umpire. Now Whitey Herzog goes out to argue.
Frank, once again, Wilson really gets a pretty good jump off of Guidry, but he looked at the ball as it was going to the catcher in a very, very close play at third base. Munson got rid of the ball rapidly, and a very close play at third base.
Well, DeMuro calls Wilson out at third. That's a big play right there for the Yankees. The Royals do not believe it. There are two down. 2 balls, no strikes on McRae. The pitch is hit in the air out toward right center field. Piniella moving forward and makes the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, a hit, nobody left. At the end of 4 1/2, the Yankees won, the Royals won.
There are lots of reasons why the chemistry's just right at Chemical.
When a bank has branch managers who go out to the floor to keep the lines down, the chemistry is just right. When a bank treats its customers not like numbers, but like people,
the chemistry's just right.
When a bank keeps the same hours as the community it's in,
the chemistry is just right.
When a bank has cash machines, not just where it's convenient for them, but where it's convenient for you,
the chemistry's just right.
When a bank offers you more than 240 conveniently located branches, so you're never too far from your money,
the chemistry's just right.
When a bank lets you arrange a way to transfer funds from your savings account to your checking account over the phone,
the chemistry's just right.
When a bank cuts down on red tape when you're opening an account or transferring one,
the chemistry's just right.
When the chemistry's just right at a bank,
it's a chemical bank.
Member FDIC.
Your Rickle Home Center has it all. Everything you need in home improvements at great savings, especially now during their big fall super sale. In a Rickle lumber department, you'll find super savings on 2-inch by 3-inch by 6-foot kiln-dried studs. They're ideal for many at-home building projects and just 69 cents each. So stop into a Rickle Home Center near you, pick up a fall super sale circular, and take a good look around, because Rickle has it all. Okay, it'll be Chris Chambliss. Step in and lead it off for the New York Yankees in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dennis Leonard struck out the side in the bottom of the 4th, and he'll face Chambliss, Doyle, and Dent here in the bottom of the 5th. Frank?
All right, Leonard has now struck out 5 of the last 9 Yankee batters. And he has retired the last 9 men in a row following the home run by Graig Nettles. He struck out Chambliss after that home run. We're tied 1-1 here at Yankee Stadium. And the first pitch to Chris. Fouled into the stands down the right field line. Into the upper deck of the stands. In the ball game, Leonard has struck out a total of 6, but he has struck out 5 of the last 9 Yankee batters. Brian Doyle is on deck. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-1 to Chambliss. Royals have 1 run off 5 hits. The Yankees 1 run off 2 hits. The pitch on the way. Bouncing ball, third base, fielded one-handed by Brett, and the throw to first base. Chambliss is out. And now the Yankees second baseman, Brian Doyle. Doyle was caught looking at a 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Of the 6 strikeouts registered by Dennis Leonard, 5 have been swinging, Doyle looking. George Brett in on the grass at 3rd base for Doyle, and the pitch to him. Taken for a called strike over the outside corner. Doyle had 2 hits in the opening game of this series out in Kansas City and drove in a run. This one is low and in. The count squares. 1 ball, 1 strike. They play Doyle to the opposite field, and he fouls one back on the left side, trying to go to left with a pitch that was away from him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The shortstop, Patek, plays him over in the hole. The second baseman, White, shades toward the bag. And line drive caught by Leonard in self-defense. Doyle lined that one right back through the box, and Leonard caught it without even seeing the ball. He threw the glove up in self-defense and stabbed it.
Frank, by the way, besides having good stuff, Dennis Leonard, a good fielding pitcher. It's obvious, I guess.
I think he grabbed that one off in self-defense. It would have hit him right between the eyes. Time is called as a frisbee has been thrown on the field and retrieved by Patek. Pretty good toss back over toward the sidelines. Bucky Dent, the batter. Bucky lined out to Patek. Soft line drive, an easy play back in the second inning. Yankees won, the Royals won here in the bottom half of the 5th. The pitch to Bucky, check swing, and a ball outside. They appeal to the first base umpire. And Dave Phillips says, yes, he checked the swing. It's ball 1. Mickey Rivers is on deck. 1-0 deal, line foul into the seats in the left field corner where the stands converge on the foul line. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, foul back in the upper deck right side. It has been quite a week for Bucky Dent. It all started last Monday afternoon at Fenway Park in Boston when, with the Yankees trailing 2-0, he hit a 3-run homer. The Yankees went on to win that ball game and the division. Bucky has also driven in 4 runs in this series. He pops this one up on the right side. The first baseman, Wathan, near the bag, is under it and makes the catch just a step off the bag in fair territory. And the side is out in order. At the end of 5, it's the Yankees 1, the Royals 1.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
When I come home.
So just say, bud.
Say bud.
And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair when you say Budweiser. Budweiser. It's absolutely the best way to call it a day, and that's any day. You know what I mean? When you say Budweiser, you said it. Oh, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Listening to the game just isn't the same as being there. The special magic a hot summer's day and an even hotter Yankee Stadium crowd give to the game, well, it's just missing. So do something about it. Grab a Yankees Frank. Because Yankees Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game, even when you're listening at home. Bite into one. Feel like cheering? Go ahead. The crowd won't mind. Yankees Franks. Colonial makes it.
53 degrees and partly cloudy at 9:53. This is WINS 1010 New York. The top story right now, a lone gunman kills himself after holding 9 people hostage at a West Side dress shop. Talks between the Times, Daily News, and striking pressmen recess until Monday. Michigan Congressman Charles Diggs is found guilty of charges stemming from an alleged payroll kickback scheme. The ceasefire has taken hold in Beirut, Lebanon, the scene of heavy fighting between Syrian and Christian forces. Lieutenant Governor Krupczak joins the Carey campaign. The 6th inning with Amos Otis, Al Cowens, and Darrell Porter coming up for the Kansas City Royals. Late this afternoon, the Dodgers edged the Phillies 4-3 to win the National League pennant. So it'll be the Dodgers and the winners here in New York in the World Series. Otis takes high for a ball. If the Yankees win this game, they will meet the Dodgers. If the Royals win this game, the Yankees and the Royals will play again tomorrow night at 8:30. 1-1 ball game through 5. Otis has struck out and grounded out in 2 trips tonight. Right-hand hitter takes a strike letter high in the inside corner. Royals scored in the first inning on a triple by George Brett and a single by Hal McRae. The Yankees tied it up in the second inning on a home run by Graig Nettles. And that's the way we stand as Guidry and Leonard have settled down into a pitcher's duel. Guidry has allowed 5 hits. Left-hander's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Guidry has struck out 4 men while walking 1. Leonard has struck out 6 while walking 1. Both teams going with their best pitchers tonight. Guidry led the Yankees. Leonard led the Royals. Guidry's 1-2 pitch. Line down the left field line, foul ball. Otis steps away, checks the bat to be sure he didn't crack it. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Amos. Otis led the Royals during the season in batting, 298, home runs, 22, runs batted in, 96. Guidry's 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit in the air to center field. Rivers is coming in. Mickey is under it now and makes the catch. 1 out. The batter will be Al Cowens, the right fielder. Cowens has popped up to Chambliss and grounded out to Nettles. With the left-hander Guidry pitching for the Yankees, Cowens was moved from low in the batting order to the cleanup spot for this game. Time called as Guidry started the motion. Time was called by the plate umpire Bill Kunkel. Kunkel at one time pitched for the New York Yankees, rather brief career. Foul ball out of play on the right side. Kunkel went from throwing pitches to calling pitches.
And a good umpire, Frank, and a good sense of humor behind that plate.
Guidry's 0-1 delivery. Fouled again out of play. The one time, Kunkel was umpiring at first base in an exhibition game between a Japanese team and an American team in spring training, and he was asked to call the plays at first base in Japanese for the benefit of an isolated TV camera and microphone. He said he would gladly do it. Asked the Japanese manager, how do you call safe and out at first base? And the Japanese manager said, Bill, very simple. You say safe or out. The 0-2 pitch hit his bat and fouled off. And that is when Bill Kunkel and I learned that the words in Japanese are the same as in English for safe and out. The count is no balls, 2 strikes on Al Cowens. Guidry winds and his 0-2 pitch. Bounced foul off the third base line. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
53 degrees and partly cloudy at 9:58. This is WINS, New York.
Baseball, an American game, adopted by the Japanese and very big in Japan, but they not only adopted the game, but most of the American terms. The 0-2 pitch struck him out. Looked like it might have been a bad pitch out of the strike zone. Cowens strikes out, and that's 5 for Guidry.
Frank, once again, Guidry throws that hard slider down. Cowens started out, could not hold up. It was out of the strike zone. Louisiana Lightning.
Louisiana Lightning, Raging Cajun, Gator, whatever they call him, he goes out there on the hill and does one heck of a job. 2 outs. Nobody on, and the pitch now to Darrell Porter is in the dirt and skips by Munson. There is one very famous manufacturer that hopes that Guidry will keep the nickname Gator, it being their trademark. Pitch is high, ball 2. I would say if Ronnie does, he will spend the rest of his life well dressed.
Very interesting.
2 balls and no strikes to Porter. He swings and he misses. Tried to check the swing, but he went around. Porter wants an appeal to the third base umpire, and Bill Kunkel says, when I think an appeal is necessary, I'll make it. I called it a strike, and it is a strike. Porter is still arguing. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Porter demonstrating to Kunkel outside the strike zone how he checked the swing. 2-1 pitch to him. Swung on, hit in the air to left center field, fairly deep, but Roy White going back into his left will get under it, and he makes the catch. The side is retired in order at the end of 5.5 innings. It's New York 1, Kansas City 1.
People use our money to get the most out of life, like a trip too far away, or something that you need today.
It all began 100 years ago. A small company started lending money to consumers. From that first loan, a company called Household Finance was born. And from the beginning, our customers have been treated with a concern for their needs and a belief that at HFC, we really do help people get the most out of life. Can we help you? HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
People use our money to get the most out of life. Come on into HFC.
There's an HFC office near you where you'll find people ready to help you get the most out of life. That's what HFC's been doing since 1878.
Say, Frank, who says Yoo-Hoo's just for kids?
Not so, Bill. Yoo-Hoo is for anybody who loves a delicious, refreshing chocolate drink.
It's Yogi's favorite.
Yep. Yogi loves Yoo-Hoo's cool, creamy chocolate taste.
That's because Yoo-Hoo is made with nourishing low-fat milk.
Right. And it's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, Yoo-Hoo keeps your action up.
For taste, refreshment, and nourishment, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink is today's best soft drink value.
Yoo-Hoo, the drink of champions.
Try Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
A reminder, now is the time to start thinking about season tickets for the 1979 Yankee games. Be assured of the best seats for all the action next year by having your own full season or combination plan. For more information, call Group and Season Sales at 293-6000. That number again is 293-6000. Along with that number, Mickey Rivers steps in. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. The score, the Kansas City Royals 1, the New York Yankees 1. Frank?
The third time Rivers has been to bat, the third time he has led off an inning. And he swings on the first pitch, pops it foul down the third base line. Brett is after it, so is Potak. And the third baseman, Brett, makes a one-hand catch.
Frank, that was a great catch right there on George Brett's part. The ball looked like it was going to travel into the stands. It blew back on the field. Freddie Potak and George Brett over there. Potak took his eye off the ball, and then Brett just stuck his glove up in a fine play by the third baseman for the Kansas City Royals.
Looked like Potak may have misjudged that ball as he was set to catch it, then thought it was going into the seats, and Brett recovered well to make the catch. Roy White steps in, swings, there it goes. It is deep, it is way back, and it is gone. A home run for Roy White. The Yankees take a 2-1 lead as Roy White hits one into the lower deck in right field, just inside the foul pole. A Getty gunner for Roy White, and the Yankees are out in front 2-1.
Frank, it looked like Dennis Leonard tried to get that ball inside on Roy White. It tailed back out over the heart of the plate, and Roy White raked that ball into the right field seats.
It is Roy's first home run ever in postseason play. He hit 9 during the regular season. His first home run ever in postseason play, either in the playoffs or the World Series. And the Yankees lead 2-1. Roy White has never worn a Major League uniform other than the pinstripes. He first came to the Yankees in 1965, stayed through 66, went back down in 67 to Columbus, or rather to Spokane, and then came back up later that year and has been with the Yankees ever since. The most senior player in point of service on the New York Yankee Ball Club. And he has had right now one of his greatest moments as he has hit his first ever postseason home run to give the Yankees a 2-1 lead. That is the Yankees' third hit off Leonard, the second home run for the Yankees. Graig Nettles tied the game with a home run in the second. One out, Thurman Munson is the batter. Thurman has singled and grounded out. He hits a high pop-up. Deep shortstop. Back in the grass goes Potek. Still backpedaling, still back as the wind carries it. He makes the catch. Potek had to go back a lot farther than he thought he would when he started out, but he stayed with it and caught it. The wind is blowing from left toward right, and it has been a factor in 2 fly balls in this inning. The foul by Rivers caught by Brett. It kept it in play from going into the seats. It almost blew that last one away from Potek. 2 down, and Reggie Jackson steps in. Reggie twice has struck out. He takes a strike. Leonard into the windup, and the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 is called over the outside corner as Leonard had a little bend on that one and just drifted it over the outside corner of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to Jackson. The windup by Leonard and the 0-2 pitch. Cut on and bounced off his foot. It's a foul ball. It rolls down to the first baseman, Wathan, but it's a foul ball off his foot. They check out the baseball and toss it out of play. Count holds 0-2 on Reggie Jackson. The Yankees on a pair of home runs. Solo shots by Graig Nettles and Roy White lead 2-1. Leonard winds, right-hander's 0-2 pitch. Low and in to Reggie, a ball and 2 strikes. Lou Piniella is on deck. They shade one around to the right side for Jackson. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back off Kunkel, the plate umpire. Hit him off the mask, and Kunkel takes the face guard off to look at it. That's one thing Bill didn't have to worry about as a pitcher, Fran Healy, getting hit for those foul balls.
Right, that is true. Of course, you had to worry about getting hit with those line drives.
Now, if I say something right now, everybody's going to tell Kunkel I said it. So I won't say he had to duck a lot of line drives when he was pitching. I did not say it. Jackson out, now back in again. And the windup by Leonard, the 1-2 pitch. It is just a bit low, and the count squares 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch to Reggie. Struck him out, swing and a miss. The Yankees get 1 run on the homer by Roy White. And Bill White will join Fran Healy in the broadcast booth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. At the end of 6, the score, the Yankees 2 and the Royals 1.
I've
got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes. I'm always under the hood, but I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I've worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. Some folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. No, you can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. No,
What's so funny, Phil?
Oh, Frank here thinks he's more famous than Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson? Frank, Reggie scored 10 runs in 1 World Series. 5 of them were homers. He set 9 new records.
He's even got a great new candy bar named after him. And boy, are those Reggie bars delicious. Crunchy peanuts, chewy caramel, a smooth chocolatey coating.
Okay, so the new Reggie bar is terrific. But I've got a whole sandwich named after me.
You do, Frank?
Sure. Haven't you ever heard of a Frankfurter?
Right on, Frank. We always knew you were a hot dog.
Okay, Paul Blair goes to center field, replaces Mickey Rivers with the New York Yankees. It's the top of the 7th inning. To score, the Yankees 2, the Royals 1. John Watham will lead it off. He's playing first base tonight for the Royals. He'll be followed by Frank White and then Freddie Patek. And here with the play-by-play, Mr. Bill White.
All right, Fran Watham so far in the ball game is 0 for 2, and the first pitch misses inside ball 1. Watham has fly to right field to Lupinella. He's also popped to the second baseman, Brian Doyle. Guidry's 1-0 pitch to the right-handed hitters. Hit in the air, shallow center. Paul Blair moving to his left. He's there waiting, and he makes the catch. There's one away.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
51 degrees and partly cloudy at 10:11. This is WINS New York. The top stories: a lone gunman kills himself after holding 9 people hostage at a West Side dress shop. Talks between the Times, Daily News, and striking pressmen recess until Monday. Michigan Congressman Charles Diggs found guilty of charges stemming from an alleged payroll kickback scheme.
Here's Frank White. He takes down the dirt, ball 1. White has bounced to third and single to right field, so he's 1 for 2. White 2 for 12 so far in the series. Guidry's 1-0 pitch. Hit into center field. Coming on Blair. Digging hard. Can't get to the ball. Falls, base hit. And White will hold at first base.
Bill, that's one of the few times I've ever seen Paul Blair break back on the ball that fell in front of him. Of course, a difficult role for Paul Blair, too. Phil, you have to replace your center fielder in the 7th inning, but a great defensive player.
Freddie Patek has flied to center field and struck out. They've got Frank White on at first base with 1 away. The Yankees leading 2-1, playing the top half of the 7th inning here at the stadium. Guidry bends forward, gets his sign, and sets. Pitch to Patek. Swung on and fouled back off the right side. Not a play. Nettles even with the bag at third base. Dent and Doyle cheating just a bit towards second. They're looking for 2. Chambliss has to hold White at first base. Now Guidry sets. And the runner's going. The pitch is hit on a grind to Nettles. And Graig will run it across the diamond. Tosses it to Chambliss. It's a double play. Patek lined one to the left of Nettles with White moving. Graig gloved the ball. Took his time. Flipped over the Chambliss. Double play. Sides retired. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, the Yankees 2 and the Royals 1.
Gotta load the pickup truck. Gotta share a ride to work.
Gotta drop the groceries off, but first I've gotta stop and go.
People, all kinds of people, more than 1 million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the way. I go, the stop that keeps America going.
Every day, over 1 million people stop at Gulf for gasolines they know they can depend on. You can make your gasoline go further by following these tips from Gulf. Keep your engine tuned up. Combine your trips by doing as many things as you can at one time.
Use carpools. Join friends and neighbors when you shop or go to work. And of course, keep your speed down. Driving is important, but so is the need to conserve gasoline. So use it wisely, and when it's time, stop and go.
The stuff that keeps America going.
Spruce up your home for less during the Rickle Fall Super Sale. Right now, you'll save 34% on each 13-ounce can of Rickle Color Bright Spray Enamel Paint. Pay just 99 cents per can of this non-toxic rust-preventive spray enamel that's perfect for wood, metal, and marine use. It's available in white and many beautiful colors during the Rickle Fall Super Sale. So stop into a Rickle Home Center, pick up your sales circular, and save. Okay, Lou Piniella will lead it off for the Yankees. It'll be the bottom of the 7th. The score, the Yankees 2, the Royals 1. The Yankees 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. The Royals 1 run on 6 hits and no errors. Bill?
Piniella has popped to second and struck out. One of 7 strikeouts chalked up by Denny Leonard. He's been tough. First pitch to Lou. Swung on the ground to shortstop. Patek digs it out. Throws on the first base. Have got Piniella. Freddie Patek moving quickly to his left. Ended up behind second base and threw Lou out. So there's one away. Here's Graig Nettles. He tied the ball game up for the Yankees in the 2nd inning with a solo home run, then struck out in the 4th. So Piniella's out and Nettles in. Graig 1 for 2. On deck is Chris Chambliss. Leonard rocks and deals to Nettles, and he gets the outside corner with a fastball. No balls and a strike. And Nettles wants a baseball inspected by home plate umpire Bill Kunkel, and Kunkel will throw it out. Royal outfield sets up playing Nettles slightly to pull. Otis a couple of steps over toward right center. Willie Wilson playing a shallow left field, playing straight away. Cowens playing Nettles to pull deep in right field. The 1-strike pitch. Swung on, pop foul, back out of play, coming back is Porter, and he runs out of room. Ball just hits the tip of the netting and skips back upstairs. 2 strikes on Graig Nettles. Royals got on the board first in the ball game when George Brett tripled to right center field. His 7th base hit of the series, and he scored on a single up the middle by Hal McRae. The Yankees tied it. A solo home run by Graig Nettles in the 2nd. They went ahead on a solo shot by Roy White in the 6th. The Yankees lead it 2-1 with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Nettles is low and in. 1-2. And once again, Kunkel will throw the baseball out. Leonard gets a new ball, looks in for sign from Darrell Porter. He gets it. The 1-2 pitch to Nettles. Swung on, fouled back. Just missed a slider. Leonard hung another pitch up. Then he had some trouble early with the Yankees, but then really, after giving up the home run to Nettles, he got tough. Retired 13 in a row before giving up the solo home run to Roy White in the 6th inning. We've relied on a good fastball and a good slider. Pretty good sinking pitch. Takes plenty of time now. He takes so much time, Nettles backs off and time's called. Infield playing Nettles to pull. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leonard's a pretty good pitcher.
Yes, he is, Bill. He has overpowering fastball and a quick breaking curveball. One of the quicker breaking curveballs I have ever caught. Good competitor. Good move.
Anybody can win a couple of 20-game years back-to-back. Got to be a pretty good pitcher.
Right, and of course he did it both years in the 2nd half of the season. If he could stay away from the slow start, no telling how many games he'd win.
2-2 pitch, misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Yankees played the Royals out in Kansas City, and Leonard had a chance to start that opening game. Yankees, of course, won at 7-1, but a lot of his administrators from Iona there to watch him. Payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Athletic director there, the trainer there. Of course, they say they're Yankee fans. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes on Graig Nettles. And the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back again. Nettles with a good rip. Swung so hard he spun around, almost lost his head on helmet. But still 3-2.
Of course, right now, Nettles sitting on that fastball. He got it from Leonard. Just got underneath that ball. The foul tipped it off the catcher, Darrell Porter's mask.
Oh, Leonard gets a sign, and the 3-2 pitch again. Swung on, pop foul out of play. That'll be over the Royal dugout on the third base side. No chance at all for the catcher, Darrell Porter, and the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, it looked like that ball was out of the strike zone. And of course, what will happen is most of your home run hitters like that fastball, especially with the count full. Easiest pitch to control the fastball. The hitter knows that he's geared for the fastball. Many times it's difficult to lay off the pitch out of the strike zone, especially the high pitch. Pitch looks good to hit.
Well, the count still 3 balls, 2 strikes on Graig Nettles as Denny and Leonard gets a new baseball. Now the pitch. Swung on, fouled back again by Nettles. The count remains 3-2. Well, the Yankees lead the series 2-1, and they lead this ball game 2-1. The Dodgers have already taken care of the Philadelphia Phillies. They won this afternoon out in Los Angeles by a score of 4-3, so they beat the Phillies by 3-1, and they're waiting to see just who will win here. Now the 3-2 pitch again to Nettles. Swung on, back up the middle, base hit. Nettles tomahawking a high fastball, drove it up the middle for a base hit. Otis will get the ball back in, and Nettles will hold at first base. Nettles picking up his 2nd base hit, and the Yankees' 4th of the ball game. With 1 out, here's Chambliss. And the Royal bullpen will start moving around now. Chris has struck out and bounced out. He's 0 for 2. Royal infield back looking for 2 as Nettles moves a big lead off first base. He's checked by Leonard. And the pitch to Chambliss. Swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Looks like Al Raboski getting ready to throw in the Royal bullpen.
And Marty Patton, the right-hander.
Oh, Raboski, the left-hander, and Patton, the right-hander. The 1-strike pitch to Chambliss. Inside, 1-1. Am I wrong, or has Patton gained a couple of pounds, Fran Healy?
It's either that Patton gained a couple pounds or his uniform has gained a couple pounds.
Throw the first base, and Nettles gets back. Now Leonard back up top, bending forward, looking for a sign. Straightens up, checks Nettles at first base. The 1-1 pitch, too high, 2 balls and a strike to Chambliss. Yankees have a 2-1 lead on solo home runs by Nettles and White, and they have the bat here in the 7th inning. Nettles at first base, 1 away. They count 2 balls and a strike on Chambliss. Now Leonard goes to first base, and Nettles gets back. For the 3rd straight year, these 2 teams battling each other. And it's been close every year. Another throw to first, and Nettles has to dive back in. In this series so far, through the 3 previous games and 7 innings of this one, the Yankees have scored 19 runs and the Royals 17. It can't be much closer than that. Another throw to first, and Nettles is back. Yankees won 7-1 Tuesday night. Wednesday afternoon, Royals 10-4. Yesterday afternoon, Yankees 6-5. Chambliss takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Leonard taking plenty of time. Looks in for a sign from Porter. Now he sets. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him. And Chambliss goes down swinging for the second time in the ball game. Leonard has chalked up 8 strikeouts, and there are 2 outs. Here's Brian Doyle. He struck out and lined back to the pitcher, Denny Leonard. On deck is Bucky Dent. For the Royals in the 8th inning, it'll be Willie Wilson, George Brett, and Hal McRae as Leonard makes a throw to first base. Nettles standing on the bag. Brett shortens up at third base. He's playing on the grass there. Outfield swings around toward left field for Doyle. A slap hitter. The pitch, too high, ball 1. Wilson playing a shallow left field over near the line, and Amos Otis, the center fielder, over in left center. Throwing some grass up and checking the wind. Playing a shallow right field is Al Cowens. Now Leonard sets. Checks Nettles at first. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-1. Patton, the right-hander, and Hrabosky, the left-hander, continuing to throw in the Royal bullpen, located way out in left center field. In the area where Mutson hit his big home run last night, giving the Yankees a 6-5 win. Leonard likes a sign from Porter. Throws to first base, and Nettles standing on the bag again. Now the set. The 1-1 pitch to Doyle. Outside, 2-1. You know, watching Leonard throw the first base with Nettles standing on the bag, Fran, a lot of guys feel that a pitcher already has it in his mind whether he's going to try to pick a guy off or not.
I believe he does.
It's not a spontaneous thing.
Right, and I think it's a very important part of pitching.
Here's a 2-1 to Doyle. Too high, ball 3.
And Bill, I mentioned earlier, most of the time when Leonard throws the first base, he's on his way down. When I caught him, he very seldom threw the first base when he got to the set position. So obviously on his way down with the ball in the glove, he is not looking at first base.
Well, the count, 3 balls and a strike on Brian Doyle with Nettles on at first base. 2 outs here in the 7th. The Yankees ahead 2-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2, taken all away. So Nettles will be moving on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Waffen now decides to play behind him at first base. Bucky Dent on deck. Now Leonard sets. There goes Nettles. A pitch swung on and fouled back in the upper deck off the left side. Still 3-2. So Doyle making Leonard work here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Nettles walking slowly back to first base. He'll be greeted there by first base coach Gene Michael. Waffen still playing behind him at first base. Leonard bends forward for sign. He straightens. Nettles going. The pitch. Fouled back again by Doyle. Brian's a pesky little hitter, much like his brother Denny. They don't really swing the bat. They just lay it out there and let the velocity of the ball thrown by the pitcher do the work.
Yes, they do, Bill. And, of course, very difficult to strike out. All Doyle is trying to do is put the bat on the ball.
Oh, Leonard gets another new baseball, and Nettles back at first base. Graig with a good-sized lead there at first. Leonard checks him. Waffen behind him. 3-2 pitch, runner going, ball 4 down low. Doyle worked Leonard for a walk. That'll move Nettles to second base. And with 2 outs, the batter's Bucky Dent. But first, let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
51 degrees and partly cloudy at 10:28, WINS 1010 New York.
So Bucky Dent is a batter with 2 on and 2 out here in the 7th inning. Bucky is 3 for 14 so far in this series with 4 runs batted in. A right-handed batter. They play him straight away in the infield and the outfield. Cowan's in shallow in right field. The pitch down low, ball 1. Time's called now. Galen Cisco, the pitching coach for the Kansas City Royals, walking slowly out to the mound.
And as Cisco walks out to the mound, we'll take a break in the action with the score: the Yankees 2, the Royals 1.
This is Mel Allen. The Emery Flight Pack takes packages up to 5 pounds. It's probably the only small package service in existence that's big enough to carry Reggie Jackson's contract. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Okay, we're back as Galen Cisco stands on the mound talking to Dennis Leonard. I'm sure he's talking about mechanics. Right there. The Royals, I'm sure, very upset that he walked the 8th hitter in the lineup, Brian Doyle. Of course, Leonard's been throwing the ball very well all night. Has had problems periodically tonight with the breaking ball, but has had good control with his fastball. Right now, he'll face Bucky Dent with 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees with runners on 1st and 2nd, and the score: the Yankees 2, the Royals 1. Bill?
I hear Eddie Layton over there playing a little way Marie for Scooter as the Yankee runners move off 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Here's a 1 ball, no strike pitch to Dent. Swung on, pop foul. That'll be back out of play. It's 1-1. Hey, Columbus Day is coming up Monday. They're going to honor Billy Martin.
Happy Columbus Day.
One ball, 1 strike on Bucky Dent. Nettles off second base. Doyle off first. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Leonard sets, and he'll deal the 1-1 pitch. Popped up right side in foul territory. Watham over there along with Porter. Porter, the catcher, calling. And he makes the play, and the side is retired. No runs. A base hit, 2 men left on base. And at the end of 7, the Yankees lead the Royals 2-1.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-hoo chocolate action drink.
If you're getting bored with ordinary soft drinks, put a little Yoo-hoo in your life. Best tasting soft drink ever. Creamy, smooth, super chocolate flavor. Yoo-hoo's unbelievably delicious.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-hoo chocolate action drink.
And Yoo-hoo is today's best soft drink value. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-hoo adds nourishing low-fat milk. Milk costs more than water. That's what makes Yoo-hoo better. And Yoo-hoo's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, keeps your action up. Great with snacks, too.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-hoo chocolate action drink.
Yoo-hoo is Yogi Berra's favorite action drink, the chocolate drink of champions. And Yoo-hoo is today's best soft drink value. Get Yoo-hoo from Iroquois Brands.
Well, you've got that feeling again. The feeling that this could be the year, that Yankee Stadium could be the place, that this Yankee team could be the team. When you've got a feeling like that, enjoy it with a Yankee Frank. Because Yankee Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game even when you're listening at home. Go ahead, bite into one. You can almost taste the pennant. Yankee Franks. Colonial makes them.
Well, Ron Guidry, the left-hander with the New York Yankees, and Dennis Leonard, the right-hander with the Kansas City Royals, hooked up in a pitcher's duel through 7 innings here at Yankee Stadium. The score: the Yankees 2, the Royals 1. The Yankees with 4 hits, the Royals with 6. Willie Wilson from the Garden State steps in to face Ron Guidry. Bill?
Wilson has struck out, and he has singled. So he's 1 for 2, a right-handed batter against Ron Guidry. And the pitch, slider down low, ball 1. Wilson tried to steal third base after singling. back in the 5th inning. And going to second base on a bounce out, and Munson got him. Swing and a miss. Very close play at third base. Looked like he might have been safe on the monitor.
It was a very, very close play at third base, and right now, Rich Gossage, the Goose, up in the New York Yankee bullpen.
Here's a 1-1 pitch to Wilson. Low, 2 balls and a strike. Nettles in at third base. Bucket in as a shortstop. Brian Doyle at second, and Chambliss at first base. The Yankee outfield has White in left, Blair in center, and Pennell out in right field. 2-1 pitch. Fouled back off the right side, not a play. 2-2 on Wilson. On deck is George Brett, the third baseman. Guidry so far has chalked up 5 strikeouts. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Did he go too far? Went too far. Wilson went too far, tried to check the swing. He's punched out of there by home plate umpire Bill Kunkel. And there's one away. Here's Brett. He's trying to beat the Yankees all by himself. 3 home runs in this series. A triple, a double, and a single. 7 base hits. 3 runs batted in. He's 1 for 3 in this ball game, and he scored the only Royal run. A left-handed batter. First pitch, down low, ball 1. On deck is Hal McRae. Yankees ahead 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Top half the 8th inning for the Royals. The 1-0 pitch to Brett. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. He checks the swing, takes it down low, 2 balls and a strike. You know what makes what Brett's doing all that more phenomenal? He's playing with a very sore right thumb. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Understand, Fran, he might have to have an operation on that thumb and also perhaps on his shoulder when the season is over.
Phil, I heard that he was going to have an operation on the thumb once the season was finished, but I'm not sure about the shoulder. Hurt the thumb, swinging the bat, hurt the shoulder, breaking up a double play.
Oh, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brett with 1 away. And the pitch, swung on and missed. Got him with a breaking ball, and they're 2 out. That's a 7th strikeout for Ron Guidry. And the batter's Hal McRae. The fans here at the stadium give Guidry a standing ovation. I'm sure some of that are also meant for George Brett because he's played an excellent series. McRae fouls one off the right side in the upper deck. McRae singled in the Royal run in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd, flied to right field in the 5th. 2 outs now, nobody on 8th inning. Here's a 1-strike pitch. Line, caught by Nettles. Graig Nettles diving over the line, grabbed the ball. He saved at least a double. Listen to these fans for Graig Nettles. Sides retired. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom half the 8th inning coming up. The Yankees 2 and the Royals 1.
Chinatown in New York City. It has a chemistry all its own, and nobody knows that chemistry better than Ben Louie.
I know everybody here, and they know me. The store owners, the old people, the kids.
Ben Louie is called by some the unofficial mayor of Chinatown. He's also called by Chemical Bank the branch manager of our Chinatown branch.
Because I know the people so well, I can do things for them that a stranger couldn't do. I can treat them like people, not numbers.
Hello, Ben Louie.
Hello, Charlie.
Ben Louie made me what I am today.
I can approve loans for local businessmen, like Charlie, without the usual red tape. By the way, if you're looking for a real good place to eat, Charlie owns a restaurant down the street. It's where the Chinese truck drivers go. I can also adjust my hours, because a lot of people in the neighborhood work in the garment center and don't get home till late Friday. So I stay open late.
Oh, that Ben Louie. I don't know where I'd be without him.
Hey, Charlie, whose commercial is this, yours or mine?
Ben Louie in Chinatown. One of the reasons the chemistry's just right at Chemical. Member FDIC.
Give me transmission problems, huh? You lemon?
Before you trade in your car for a more expensive model, come to AMCO Transmissions.
We'll take you through our procedures step by step so you'll know the job we recommend is the right one. And the price we quote won't be an estimate. It'll be a firm price. At AMCO, we'll put you and your car back together again.
I'm going to get you new seat covers.
A great play by Graig Nettles. You'd have to be here really to see that play. There's no way I can describe it for you except that Nettles playing McRae to pull, just dove across the line, caught the ball, saving the Yankees at least a double. Here's Blair, and he takes a strike from Denny Leonard. Bottom half of the 8th inning, the Yankees ahead 2-1. Blair batting for the first time in this ball game. He has been at bat 5 times. He has no base hits. Bounces this one to shortstop. Patek throws high, but Wathan tags Blair as he goes by. There's one away. Routine ground ball to shortstop. Patek got the ball, threw high to John Wathan. Wathan went up and got the ball, spun around and tagged Blair as he went by. And there's one away. Here's Roy White. His home run put the Yankees ahead 2-1 in the 6th inning, and he takes the strike from Leonard. White's 1 for 3. The 1-strike pitch. Outside, it's 1-1. For the Royals in the 9th inning, it'll be Amos Otis, Al Cowens, and Darrell Porter, the meat of their batting order. Leonard rocks and deals a 1-1 pitch to White. Too high, 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Thurman Munson. Well, it's a typical Royal Yankee American League Championship Series playoff. They all go down to the wire. Here's the 2-1 now to Roy White. On the outside corner, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees leading 2-1. They have 2 runs on just 4 base hits off Denny Leonard. The Royals 1 run off 6 base hits against Ron Guidry. White pops one foul off the left side. Over near the dugout is Brett. The ball goes back in the seats. Foul. 2-2. And Leonard gets a new baseball. Two balls, 2 strikes you count. Leonard rocks and deals a pitch. Swung on and missed. Took a little off a breaking ball. White goes down swinging. 2 outs. Strikeout number 9 for Denny Leonard. There's a break in the action with the score. The Yankees 2, the Royals 1.
This is Mel Allen. When you have to send a package down to the minors, you don't have to use a minor league air freight company. That's because Emery doesn't just go to major league cities, they also go to minor league cities. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Here's Thurman Munson. He has a single to show for 3 trips, and he takes high, ball 1. 1-0. Thurman 5 for 17 so far in the series. Of course, a big hit, the 2-run home run yesterday. 1-0 to Munson. Swung on, fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Reggie Jackson. Leonard so far has chalked up 9 strikeouts. Here's a 1-1 delivery to Munson. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Right there, though, is Amos Otis coming in a couple of steps and waiting. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down. And at the end of 8, the Yankees lead the Royals 2-1.
There are 2 things I remember about 58. I spent more on oil for my hair than on oil for my car. And I bought my first Chevy.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion. Can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. Pennant's #1 in the world. #1 in your car.
Did I forget someone? Did I forget Billy Jack? The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Well, come home.
So just say, Bud.
Say bud.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you.
'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Well, here in the ninth inning, we've got a new left fielder for the Yankees. Gary Thomason goes out to replace Roy White, as Ron Guidry has just finished his warm-up throws, and throwing out in the bullpen for the Yankees is Rich Gossage. So Guidry has a 2-1 lead here in the ninth inning. He'll have to face Amos Otis, Al Cowens, and Darrell Porter. 3 tough hitters for the Kansas City Royals. Otis led the Royals. 22 home runs, 96 runs batted in on the year, batted .298. He's 0 for 3 so far against Guidry tonight. Struck out, bounced to third, flied to center field. He's a right-handed batter. Yankee outfield now has Thomason in left, Blair in center, and Pennell out in right field, as we wait for Amos Otis to get in. Nettles guarding the line at third base. Chambliss off the line at first. And the first pitch. Swung on, line into the left field corner. That'll be extra bases for Otis. He's around first base going into second. And he'll make it there standing up. Otis looked for that fastball up and in and got it and lined it into the left field corner for a double. That's a big hit for the Royals. Here's Al Cowens. Cowens has popped up, bounced out, and struck out. Yankees had been pitching Otis inside. That time he guessed inside, got the ball there, and ripped it to left field for a double. Now Bob Lemon walking slowly out to the mound, as Gossage continues to throw in the Yankee bullpen. Al Cowens is a new batter. Lemon wants Gossage. He's made the sign for the right-hander, Rich Gossage. Guidry leaves. And listen to the hand for Ron Guidry as he walks off the mound. Ron Guidry getting a standing ovation as he leaves. Goose Gossage coming on now. So when there's a break in the action here at Yankee Stadium, we're in the ninth inning. The Yankees lead it 2-1.
This is Mel Allen. You know, they say nobody can carry Willie Randolph's glove. Well, Emery's flight pack can probably carry his glove and Nettles' glove and Paul Blair's too. And that's because, unlike a lot of other small package services, the Emery flight pack takes up to 5 pounds. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
So Rich Gossage has been announced as a Yankee pitcher relieving Ron Guidry. And it looks like Whitey Herzog, the manager of the Royals, will also make a counter move. He has brought back Al Cowens to do batter, and he's sending up Clint Hurdle. Cowens, of course, a right-handed batter, Hurdle left-handed batter. And Hurdle will bat for Cowens, evidently, here in the ninth inning with Otis down at second base and nobody out. To review the scoring quickly for you, George Brett led off the ball game, tripling into right center field. Hal McRae promptly got him in. He smashed a single up the middle. That made it Royals 1, Yankees nothing. Then in the second inning, Graig Nettles led off with a long home run over the fence in right field to tie at 1-1. Denny Leonard retired the next 13 Yankees in a row. And it was 1-1 when White was batting in the sixth inning, one out, nobody on. He drilled a home run into the right field seats, made it 2-1, and that's where we are now. The Yankees have 2 runs on 4 base hits. The Royals 1 run on 7. They've just gotten rid of Ron Guidry. Guidry went 8 innings plus 1 batter here in the ninth. Gave up 1 run on 7 base hits. Guidry struck out 7. And I have him down for just one walk. So here's Hurdle batting for Cowens with Otis off second base and nobody out. Pitch is too high, ball one. Hurdle a little late reacting to that fastball up and in. He almost got hit. 1 ball and no strikes. On deck is Darrell Porter, the catcher. Now Goose sets and the pitch. Swung on and missed. A ball and a strike on Hurdle. Hurdle's 3 for 7 in the series. A triple and a run batted in. Big, tall, left-handed batter. Goose sets. Checks the runner at second base and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes on Hurdle. One ball, 2 strikes on Clint Hurdle. Goose sets and deals. Swung on and missed. Hurdle goes down swinging. And there's one away. Big strikeout for the Goose. Now the batter's Darrell Porter. He has hurt the Yankees, not only during the season, but also during these playoffs. Porter 5 for 13 so far in the series with 4 runs batted in. He's a left-handed batter. Much now out talking to Gossage. Of course, with a left-handed batter up there, Amos Otis, a good base runner down at second base, it will be a little more difficult for Otis to steal third. Royals have tried to steal third once in this ball game, and Willie Wilson was cut down on an extremely close play there at third base. Now Gossage bends forward for sign. 1 out, 1 on. Yankees ahead 2-1 in the 9th inning. The pitch too high, ball 1. Pete Lecoq has a bat in the on-deck circle. He evidently will bat for John Wathen. Now the set. The 1-0 pitch. Low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Mutson thought that ball might have been a strike. So did Gossage. It's 2-0. Tying run down at second base with 1 out in the 9th inning. Yankees ahead 2-1. Dent trying to keep Otis close to second base. The pitch. Ball 3 outside. 3-0 on Porter. He'll back out, look at his third base coach Chuck Hiller, and hope for the green light here on this 3-0 pitch. Now Goose sets. And the pitch. Called strike. Fastball letter high on the outside corner. 3-1. Otis taking a walking lead off second base. The pitch. Called strike 2. 3-2 on Porter. Gossage working the left-handed hitter away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the set. And the pitch. Fouled back. Gossage put everything he had on that one. Porter just got a piece of it. Fouled it straight back to the screen. The count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Gossage gets another baseball. Otis a walking lead. The pitch. Hit in the air. Still center field coming on. Blair digging hard. He's there and makes the catch. 2 outs. Well, Gossage went behind in the count on Darrell Porter. 3 balls, no strikes. Came back and got him on a fly to shallow left center, and Porter slams his helmet down. Oh, there are 2 outs now, and the batter's Peter Lecoq batting for John Wathen. The tying run down at second base, 2 outs as Pete Lecoq steps in. Lecoq has been up 10 times in the series. He has 4 base hits and 1 run batted in. Yankees playing to hit the other way toward left field. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Well, the Yankee fans on their feet here, cheering the Yankees and Goose Gossage. Goose ahead in the count, no balls and 1 strike on Pete Lecoq, batting for John Wathan. Now the set. And the pitch. Loop foul, left side, not a play. No balls, 2 strikes. Now listen to these fans. Everybody standing, except a few down around the Royal dugout. Gossage bending forward for sign, still looking. Now the right-hander sets. The pitch, line left field. Right there, though, is Thomason. Makes the catch, and it's all over. It's all over. Lecoq flies to the left fielder, Gary Thomason, and the Yankees win it by a score of 2-1. These fans up on their feet here, a few of them gotten out on the field, very happy as the Yankees, with Bob Lemon making a daring move here in the 9th inning after Amos Otis led off with a double in the corner. He went to Goose Gossage. Herzog switched to Clint Hurdle batting for Al Cowens. Hurdle struck out. Darrell Porter, Gossage got behind, 3 balls and no strikes, got him on a fly ball to shallow left center to Paul Blair. Then Lecoq hit the ball hard, but Gary Thomason ran it down for the final out. Big sign out in center field says we're number 1. And the final score here, the Yankees 2 and the Kansas City Royals 1. Now we've got Fran Healy down in the dugout, and we hope that he's got a line through there. And we're going to go down to Fran in that happy Yankee clubhouse.
Manager Bob Lemon, congratulations, Len. It's an unbelievable year.
Oh, Fran, especially for me. I know this is a great ball club, but for the kind of year I started out and all the wonderful things that happened after I left Chicago, nothing finer could happen to anybody than what's happened to me this year.
Lem, you took over 10.5 games behind. It's the greatest comeback in the history of baseball. What's the formula?
Well, the thing is, everybody got healthy about the same time, just about the time I got here, and they were the world's champions lineup again, and I think that's what did it. Everybody was healthy and started playing good, and it was the same lineup that won the World Series last year.
Lem, I thank you very much. I know you want to get back with the players. Congratulations.
Thank you, Fran.
Right now, we're coming after some players. We're going to try to get Ron Guidry. Get your 26th victory of the year. Give us some thoughts on this.
Well, you know, it's an important game, and I had good success against these guys. It's a great ball club, and if I knew my job tonight was just going to be to hold them close until something happened, and we got 2 good home runs from a couple of good guys, and we just hung in there.
Yeah, this was the second obstacle in the quest of a second consecutive World Championship for the New York Yankees. You mentioned before the ball game your shoulder has been a little stiff. How did it feel during the game?
Well, it felt good. I had good velocity on, you know, most of my pitches. I didn't throw that many sliders tonight because I didn't really get it over. I just used it in certain instances, but my fastball was the good pitch tonight.
Yeah, the fans are right now, Bucky didn't start to throw that champagne out. The fans are a little bit excited in the 9th inning. The ball is always hit. Do you think the ball could have been caught?
Well, no, not really. You know, you gotta make sure that you try to play the ball right off the wall. It was a high pitch, and he just tomahawked it. But you know, you got to give him credit. He's a good hitter.
Kid, once again, congratulations. I know you want to get back to the celebration, and we'll be right back after this.
In 1969, Jackie Stewart won his first World Racing Drivers' Championship. He repeated in 1971, then again in 1973. What Jackie Stewart doesn't know about cars hasn't been written.
I do know that cars just don't perform the way they used to. One of the reasons is the unleaded gasoline that the new engines call for. Unfortunately, most unleadeds don't have the power that gasolines used to have. Well, Getty Unleaded Regular does. It delivers the kind of power you got from gasoline before they took the lead out. Getty Unleaded Regular actually delivers more power than most other major unleadeds. As an ex-racing driver, that appeals to me. And while Getty Unleaded Regular delivers more power, it costs less than most other major unleadeds. I don't know how Getty does it, but as a Scotsman, that really appeals to me.
Getty Unleaded Regular. More power for less money.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee World Champion Baseball Network.
It's 50 degrees and partly cloudy in New York at 10:59. This is WINS.
Now let's go back downstairs with Fran Healy.
Okay, right now we're back in the Yankee clubhouse and the place is bedlam. I'm with Cliff Johnson. Cliff, from a personal standpoint, a tough year, but this is your second champion.
Well, Fran, I'm going to tell you, it's still an honor and a pleasure to be on this club this time of the year, although we might part next year. But one thing about it, when we come back from behind as we did this year, well, it's got to be a hell of a feeling.
Cliff, when you're in a dugout in a game like this, do you have to stay prepared at all times?
Well, you've been there, Fran. You got to be prepared. You don't ever know when you're going to be called on. And I got a scare once tonight, but fortunately, we didn't have to, we didn't have to resort to myself. But anyway, I'm just happy that we won.
Cliff, I want to thank you very much. I know you want to get back to the celebration. Thank you, Cliff. Okay, right now, the executive producer of our radio broadcast, Arthur Adler, is running around out here in the clubhouse, attempting to separate some of the players from their champagne. And as he does this, just like to tell you, it's a 30-second pennant for the New York Yankees. It's just an unbelievable year. And July 19th, 1978, they were 14.5 games back. They come on to win the pennant. And here's a gentleman that's been through it before, Mr. Yogi Berra. Yogi, give us some thoughts on this.
Well, Frank, it was great. Good. Old Gator stayed in it again today. There was 2 exciting games, the last 2.
Yogi, you were in New York when the New York Giants came back from 13 games down, and now the New York Yankees come back this year, 14 games back. It has to be just unbelievable for you.
Well, it is. I think, the pitching came around. Again, I got to give credit. I know Gator won 25 games, but I think if Catfish wouldn't come around, we were in deep trouble, I think, Fran.
Yogi, thank you very much. I know you want to get back to celebration. Appreciate it. Thank you, Yogi. Right now, Arthur Adler once again on the move. It's going to be tough. This place is mobbed, and we will be back right after this.
Come on, get fresh, get closer to me. You smell so fine in English leather lime.
Then get fresh with English leather lime from head to toe. Come on, get fresh because
if you want to get close to her, first you gotta get fresh. Come on, get fresh, get closer to me. You smell so fine in English leather lime.
Okay, we're back in the clubhouse. With me right now, a gentleman who's meant so very much to this ball club, Bucky Dent. Bucky, congratulations. How about your thoughts on this victory?
Thank you very much. I tell you, it was another classic game. 2-1. Kansas City was playing. They played their hearts out. And this ball club struggled all the way, and I'm just very happy for all of us.
Bucky, I feel to mention that as a shortstop, the Yankees just wouldn't be here without you. You played excellent defense all year, and in the playoffs, you had 4 RBIs, 4 key RBIs.
Well, I tell you, I haven't contributed much with the bat in the last part of the season, and I think the big home run in Boston lifted me a little bit, and I just try to go up there and make contact, and I think I'm a much better hitter when there's men on base. I have a tendency to concentrate a little bit more, and I'm just happy that I can be a part of this ball club.
Bucky, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and you can get back to celebration.
Thank you.
Right now, the president of the New York Yankees, Al Rosen. Al, congratulations. And Whitey Herzog, the manager of the Kansas City Royals, congratulating Al. Unbelievable year. The ball club, they were in the depths of despair. They had their problems. They ended up 14 games behind their league-leading Red Sox. They caught them, and now an American League pennant.
It's unbelievable, Fran, but did you know, I've said all along, these fellas are pros. They knew how to play, and when the going got tough, they really got going. And they were just fantastic all the way. It's just great.
Well, Al, were you surprised at all? Again, 14 games back, it had to be a thing where you had second thoughts, I'm sure.
Nothing about these fellas ever surprised me. I knew they were going to make a run at it as soon as they got healthy, and once they got going, they just never stopped, and tonight just proved it once again.
Al, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast about the comeback of the Giants in 1954, and of course you were at the Cleveland Indians in 1951, and you were at the Cleveland Indians at the time. This has to be just unbelievable. 14 games.
Just unbelievable is right. They were just super all the way, and Ron was great tonight, but the whole ball club, and if Graig Nettles isn't the most valuable player in the league, I don't know who is.
Thank you very much, Al. I appreciate it. And right now we go upstairs, and we'll be back right after this.
Here's some very bad news for people who rob mailboxes, and some great news for people who get Social Security, railroad retirement, or civil service annuity checks. Thousands of retired folks will never again worry about checks being late or lost or stolen. They just filled out a simple form at the Lincoln Savings Bank And now Uncle Sam automatically deposits their checks directly in their accounts at the Lincoln every month. No more waiting around for it to come. No more lost or stolen checks. No more standing in line to cash them. Every month, the day your check is due, the money is there in your free checking account at the Lincoln or in your savings account, earning interest for you from the day it was due until the day you withdraw it. Interest that can really add up. Uncle Sam and the Lincoln do it all automatically. You don't have to do anything except fill out one form at any Lincoln branch or telephone 782-6000 and the Lincoln will mail it to you. The Lincoln Savings Bank, 782-6000, member FDIC.
Here you go, Randy. Okay, we're back in the clubhouse. Right now I have Paul Blair, the excellent center fielder with the New York Yankees. Paul, you played very little all year. You found yourself at every playoff game.
Yes, it was amazing, but I was glad I was here, and I was good. I was able to help. I didn't get any hits, but I think I made a couple plays in the outfield to help the club, and that's really all the reason that you're here. You're here to help and give a helping hand and hope we come out on top.
Paul, you were with many winners with the Baltimore Orioles. This is your second winner with the New York Yankees. Is it always as great?
It's always great, friend. Especially this year, when we come back from 14 games being behind, and you come back and we beat Boston in the playoffs, and now we beat Kansas City, it's really satisfying, and it was really a hell of a year for the New York Yankees.
Paul, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.
And like Paul Blair said, unbelievable year, 14 games out, and they come all the ways back. Just a second, we're going to get somebody else on here.
For a final thought.
Okay, for a final thought, we're going to try to get somebody else on here. One quick thought. Okay, I got a gentleman here who's been very, very important the past 2 years for the New York Yankees, Reggie Jackson. Reggie, tonight I'm sure offensively you're not very happy, but again, another victory, and you've been with winners before. I got to wonder, is it the same thing?
Well, Fran, it's nice to stay on top. It's nice to be on top, and yeah, I think it gets tougher each year after year because people go out and build their ball club, to try to go on and knock you down. I know when I played with Oakland, that's when Charlie Finley invented the early reliever. The guy would come out of the minor leagues and be a relief pitcher like Raleigh Fingers, and then after that, people started, try to develop a relief pitcher out of the minor leagues. They shot for the Oakland A's. Now they're going to start shooting for the Yankees. You're getting left-handed pitching in our division and trying to copy the style that we have, building a ball club for your ballpark. So it gets tougher year after year. But, and just like tonight, like I struck out 3 times, but it's just a great feeling to be on a winner and to win, and everybody has their turn. And, the way I've played the last month, or the way people talk about me playing the last couple of months of the season, no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter how often you connect, you must have 25 players to help win the game. And your Ron Guidrys and your Graig Nettles, and just everybody takes their turn. And I guess the feeling, Fran, is just, for me, it's relief.
Reggie, how about the comeback? Do you have your doubts at all during the season that the Yankees could catch the Boston Red Sox and then go on and win the American League pennant?
Friend, I'm a human being, which you're the closest friend I have around here. And being realistic, when you're 14 and a half back, you don't think you have a chance. You really don't, But being a professional and having this as your job, you go out, you do the best you possibly can every day because you owe it to the man that owns the club, you owe it to the fans, you owe it to your friends, you owe it to yourself to be a man and to be a pro and just keep on pushing. And the Boston Red Sox, stumbled, they struggled, and, the Yankees kept coming and kept going, and all of a sudden we got to the point where we're 6-7 games back, and we knew we had a shot, and we came on.
Reggie, I want to thank you very much, and my personal congratulations. A great year. Thanks a lot. And we'll be back right after this. No. We won't be back right after this. I'm going to send it upstairs to Bill White.
All right, Fran Healy in the happy Yankee dressing room. And, of course, up here, we'd like to thank, since this will be our last broadcast of the year, although you will be able to hear the series or see the series on, I think we're going to have it, too, possibly. I think, right, we're going to have the series. But we'd like to thank Scooter, myself, and Fran Healy. We'd like to thank Brian Ferguson, our engineer, for the great job he's done all year. We'd like to thank our assistant producer, Carol Lee Ashwell, and the executive producer, Arthur Adler, and all the people at WINS have been great for us. We'd like to thank just about everybody and everybody connected with the broadcast. It's been a heck of a year as the Yankees once again will represent the American League in the World Series here in 1978. And of course, they are the champions and the defending champions. It should be a great series. So for Scooter and Frank and Fran and Brian, Carolee Ashwell, Arthur Adler, Pam Boucher, we'd like to say thanks for listening to us, and perhaps we'll see you next year. Final score once again here. The Yankees win the American League pennant as they beat the Kansas City Royals 2-1. Have a good winter.
Everyone knows they play to win. Because they're from New York. Yankees. Show them today why you're the Yankees.
The News Watch never stops. This is WINS. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world.
Good evening. It's 50 degrees at 11:10. I'm Bill Littauer, and here's what's happening. The Yankees win the American League pennant in 4 games. Congressman Charles Diggs convicted in a payroll kickback scheme. Negotiations between the Times News and Pressmen recessed until Monday. At least 2 dead and several injured in a Michigan plant explosion. Secretary of State Vance plans 2 days of SALT negotiations in Moscow later this month. Hamilton Jordan dropped from the Washington, D.C. Social Register. The Yankees and Dodgers will meet Tuesday in L.A. Chilly tonight, partly sunny and cool tomorrow. In a moment, the next stop, Dodger Stadium. Wins News Time, 11:10.
Who can forget the thrill of having seen the tall ships sailing into New York Harbor? Almost a century ago, when the tall ships were a common sight in the harbors of the world, the Merchants Bank of New York helped fill their holds with articles of trade. The good old Merchants Bank of New York has been a pro in export-import banking since clipper ship days, and that means a lot to people doing business abroad. For example, if you import merchandise from the Orient or Europe, you can bank on the Merchants Bank for financing. They're large enough to handle all the necessary documents, foreign exchange, remittances, and collections, yet small enough to provide extra-fast personal service. With the aid of a network of correspondent banks around the world, your documents will speed through the International Banking Department of the good old Merchants Bank. Visit the Merchants Bank in the heart of Manhattan at 5th Avenue and 30th Street, on the east side at 47th Street and 3rd Avenue, on the west side at 47th Street near 6th Avenue. Other branches around town, too. The good old Merchants Bank, experts in international banking since clipper ship days. Member FDIC.
Buying a new car? See the good old Merchants Bank. They'll save you lots of money on your loan. Wins News Time, 11:11. The Yankees have won their 3rd consecutive pennant and 32nd in their history. Tonight at the stadium, the defending world champs used 2 solo homers to beat the Kansas City Royals 2-1 and win the American League Championship Series 3 games to 1. It's the 3rd straight year the Yankees have beaten the Royals in the playoffs.